Hello, everyone. Give me just a minute to finish getting everything out there posted. I doubt any of you are here live yet, but just in case, for those of you who are still watching, you know how we do this. Make sure all the links go out as soon as we go live. Some of them I can schedule, others I cannot. It's like the Discord stuff. I haven't figured out how to schedule that. All right. Well, hello there, Autumn. You're already in here first thing. Give me just a second to put in the question of the day. Which is going to be Rune Factory or My Time. All right, and switching over to there we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, you want more My Time at Portia, My Time at Sandrock? I can absolutely do those. One of the great things with those is they're most of the characters are voiced, so we don't have to spend my voice as much. Anyways, welcome back. How are you today?
Quiet it should be coming soon, huh?
Let's see. Do I have anything I can put in there while we're here? Nope, just one of these. We got Quiet is coming soon, so we gotta prepare for that. It's a good game. Animal Crossing. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about Animal Crossing is the real time clock. Like I said, they're great games. Just the real time clock kind of almost punishes you for having like real life stuff happen. So, and especially I used to be a truck driver, so there was huge chunks of the day that I couldn't be you know pop on and use the 2 hours availability to catch a fish or a bug or something like that because I was in the middle of driving. And I may be going back to that. We talked about that a little bit last week. My job hunt has been kind of all over the place. Most of my promising stuff has fallen through or hasn't panned out. So, yes, they did. They just updated Harvestella. It wasn't a very big one, though. What it was some minor bug updates. Let me pull up the patch notes. It was literally just like three things that they said on there, and minor patch notes was one of them. The others were uh, see 1.0.2 patch notes. It fixed yeah, sometimes the initial placement of livestock is strange, and the sturdy screw drop rate is extremely low. Those were the issues that were fixed, and then they said other minor bug fixes. So the sturdy screw thing is good because you do need it for so many of your stuff, uh, like the repair kits. But so they upped that. I'm guessing the initial placement of livestock is strange. Might be what I was talking about last week, where like you go out, it's not raining, your goats ones are out there, but the chickens are not. That might be what they're talking about. I don't know. We can find out another time, maybe. But let's make some food for this because we're getting ready to go. Uh, Actually, we're not going to fight Aria today in game. We'll do it today in stream. But what we'll do in first thing is we're going to work on getting the samurai. I recorded for it, getting that and the Aristotle classes. So that you'll go live next week on Thursday. So we can do that in here now. I love the samurai class. If you haven't played with it on them, it's really, really good. It's really powerful. I don't want to make Mont Blanc. What is something I can make a lot of that has decent hurry, healing, and stats? I guess we're making another pumpkin soup. These are actually really good for where we're at right now. So how are you doing today, Autumn? You joined in early today. You got right there at the start of the stream. Let me turn the audio down. I am hearing
I hope you
that
become
music really loud today.
extrordinaires.
All right, so as I was demonstrating on the video, once we have our thing up to level 5, we can come down this way and swim up this way for our first part for the samurai class unlock. And we'll come over this way to this guy and dig a hole. Yeah, it sucks to be sick, but you know, you gotta make do with what you gotta make do. Oh, I should have put a fighter on. Oh well. The swimming, you remember last week when we leveled up our Totokaku to its max level? That's how you get that access. It's gonna be level 5. Yeah, you pick up the feed for it, and then you let it level up that way. Once it's level 5, you can go in the water. Do. Yeah, these guys are not that tough. It's just kind of annoying. Bam. Give it a second. Yeah, there's a lot of these hidden fear enemies that once you beat them, you'll pop up a chest. Like they'll be behind a lot of the level 2 bomb walls. And we got a card key. Yeah, making money is just really slow in this game, especially until like autumn. Once you can start, getting pumpkins and selling them and all that, that's where you can get some good money, but they're not great money either. Anyways. Do. Oh, I should have teleported. Oh well. But yeah, you'll come to get it to level 5, you'll come over here to the Canelo Merchant guy, the same guy you bought it from, and he'll have an option for feed for it. Just like he's always got options for the Woolums and Cliff Owls and their feed and yada yada. Level 4 is going to cost 10,000 and level 5 is going to cost 20,000. So, it's, theoretically, this part that we just got, the card key, you can get that as early as chapter 3, but you're probably not, because, again, it's a level 50 fight, you have to have something like 40,000 gorilla, etc. So unless you're just like, okay, I'm in chapter 3, I'm not advancing the story any, I'm just gonna farm up my stuff and get grind levels and all that. Oh, your island on Animal Crossing? You can make it however you look however you want. Definitely let yourself be creative with it. Um, I haven't played in mine in forever, so I couldn't remember what mine looks like. It wasn't like really phenomenal or fantastic looking. I hadn't finished it. I just kind of got tired and went away. Same with most of my friends who I played with. So let me close that out. It's blocking my chat. And see, we were on fire, so let's go to ice. Kill these guys. Hooray. Do 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 do. It's been a day. It's been a week for me actually. I've been doing some job hunting. I mentioned that the not last week or last week I did mention it that I got in a call. Basically, it's like we can't afford you. We want to keep you, but we can't afford you. So I'm basically on forced unpaid vacation for my main job. So I've been looking for something to tide me over in the meantime. And this over here is the broken katana. You need that for the samurai sword. It's up here on middle of like the middle top near the top levels at the middle of the thing. And tomorrow in game we'll get the last piece and we'll become samurai. But yeah, so I've been job hunting all week, and the most promising places have not been very good looking, and everyone's had problems with them, and so this may be my last. Well, not my last stream, but this weekend might be like I might have to make an announcement of okay, I can't do every weekend, I can do every other weekend or whatever. So definitely keep an eye on the Twitter and the uh, Discord channel for both of those so you can find out if that does change. But we'll be here today, we'll be here tomorrow. Same standard normal times. Nothing changes until it does. Sure, no. But yeah, just so you know, building up your island and making it look however you want is going to take a long time and a lot of money on Animal Crossing because it's going to take time to, get up the money to get everybody. You're going to have several weeks just to get through the story and recruit everyone to the village and the island. And then you got to get luck getting the stuff and whatnot. Oh, I mean, the question of finding a good job or not isn't an issue. It's trying to find one that's local because I can always just go back to trucking. I mean, I still get emails from the company I used to drive for, asking me to come back and be a trainer with them. So, there's a very real possibility that next weekend I'll be out there at their terminal saying, okay, you know what? I couldn't find anything local. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to try to get stitches like in Animal Crossing, or are you talking real life there? As we fish out the last of the day. Yeah, I know. For those who are watching, not current, this is I fully admit this is one of the most boring aspects of this thing. It doesn't have the fun mini game of Stardew Valley. It doesn't have the aim and find the fish thing of Rune Factory. It just, but hey, it's near the end of the day. I'm finished off my stuff. Oh, Stitch is the character. Okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, there's a lot of characters you can get. I forgot my whole list that I had wanted. I got one of them that I wanted. My favorite cat is Anka. Um, I can't remember her name, the female of the octopus. There's like three octopus characters, and only one of them's female. I like her, and I can't remember her name, but she's a character I like that I don't have on mine. So on. It's a pretty chill game. I mean, we could play it on here, but it doesn't have those RPG elements, and we really need at least some RPG elements. Yeah, Nook is on. Let's just be honest. Nook has changed a lot over the years, and there's a lot of things that we love and hate about Nook. And how they change things in the game, and some of the things you can do with Nook and the Nook points and yada yada yada. But yeah, it doesn't take too long to effectively. If you're playing dedicated, you'll do just about everything that's needed to get like the end credits of the kind of the main story for Animal Crossing. There's actually a set of like end credits when you first get KK Slider to come to your island. And that'll take you about 2 to 4 weeks real time. Um, but I mean, it's the game doesn't like really have an ending. It's a constant kind of thing. It's got that kind of, oh, this is the time I need to go catch all of these. Let me go try to find this bug or this fish for the next 2 hours. You know, I think for me it was some of the scuba diving ones that I was really missing out on, or something like that. I'd have to go and check my stuff to see, oh, what have I got on the island? Um, I don't think the Nook miles go towards the house. I think you get your bells for that. Oh, I put them in the wrong thing. Wrong fish in the wrong thing. I was thinking it was something else. Oh, take that, take that, take that, take that. These are all used in cooking. I think the Nook miles are used for other stuff, like getting tickets and all that. I don't think you use them for paying off your debts. I could be wrong. There might have been an option to get bells from your Nook miles, like to transfer them over, but I think Nook miles were for other things, like getting tickets to other islands and stuff like that. Here's a good example for you, since you're talking about you need to get money to your things. Pepper and sugar are good money makers, and because they are regrowable crops, and you can grow them all 3 seasons except for winter, you know, get a bunch of those growing and put them in the processing machine, and boom, you have a good 6,000 gorilla per day. Oh no, you get bells pretty early on in the game. I think you use your Nook miles early on. He's like, hey, you got to get your Nook miles to this amount, just and then we'll say this will pay for your first house upgrade. But I think after that it becomes bells
Wow! You did it!
because in New Horizons, it's not like the others where he automatically just upgrades your house for you. Like you pay off your debt, he upgrades the house, and he gives you a new debt. Is how how it's always been. In this one, you pay off your debt, and that's it. You have to go to him and say, okay, yes, I actually want to upgrade my house, and I will take on the debt for that. So the Nook miles are just early on for that, and then later on they're used for unlocking other things. Like you'll have like you call it Nookazon. I don't remember if that's actually what it's called, but you can order like the special for this day only kind of thing that you can try and order from it. That kind of stuff. But yeah, you can even get bells early on in the game. There's always the rock that drops bells.
Hello, little
If you can
crabs.
find the bell rock in your island for that day. Um, there's
That's
options for
quiet.
making bells right
Seems
early
like
on,
Bubs are ready for
but
work.
it is everything breaks in that one, even the gold tools. So it's kind of a make sure you're making use of what you've got and blah blah blah. Let's see, do. Oh yeah, Nook is on his yeah, okay, that. Yeah, there's something else that you can use the Nook Miles for. It's kind of like the special items, whatever. You can order it and you can use them to get like more recipes and stuff like that as well. Because there's the crafting is such an integral part of the game. Do. You don't have any more pepper that we can process. We'll process those and keep those. Let's see. Pepper there. Dessert maker there. Boom. Okay. Take care of our animals. But yeah, like I said, it's not a bad game. I don't, just like this one isn't a bad game. Then I'm hard. I come off harsh on this one, especially in my kind of review episodes. But I don't hate Animal Crossing, and if I'm in the mood and I really get into playing it, I'm absolutely in love with it. But it's I have kind of a ADD type personality where it's like, okay, I'm bored with this. I need to move on, and I get that really fast with Animal Crossing because of the real time schedule and how that works with everything.
I hope you bring back souvenirs.
All right, and now we're gonna go up to the orbital cradle, and we're gonna get that last piece for our samurai class, and then we'll go turn it in and unlock the class. Oh no, they comparing my time at Porsche or Rune Factory to Animal Crossing is like comparing Sonic the Hedgehog to Final Fantasy. They're not quite. Yeah, I would say comparing Sonic the Hedgehog to like Chocobo Racers may be better. They're similar kind of genres where like in those cases both have that speed aspect to them, but they're completely different genres. Animal Crossing is just a hey cozy life builder whatever kind of sim. Um, my time at Porsche and Rune Factory are both dedicated stories to them. They have that RPG story to them. They have a leveling system and so on. They're completely different genres, even though they can both be looked at as being, cozy games, which isn't really a genre, but it is something that you hear people refer to. Oh, I like cozy games, this and blah blah blah. But excuse me. Um, yeah, so that's what it is. It's not like, oh no, we have to compare them. They're not really comparable. I love that ability. The only downside to this class that I don't like is that we don't get it to up to its max tier until after both this chapter and next chapter. You really only get it for the final chapter and the post game, and you don't even have access to the final dungeon for the post game either. So it's even worse that this is the highest level dungeon other than Paranoid that you have access to for this class once you really unlock it. We timed that poorly. And we timed that poorly too. I don't know if it's just because of the delay on things or what, but I seem to time my jumps more poorly when I'm on stream than I do when I'm playing by myself. So it might be that because of the lag and stuff or whatever. Like the jumping puzzle a couple weeks ago, it's like this is the only jumping puzzle in the game. The game wasn't designed for jumping puzzles. This is annoying. And then you add in all the other stuff with what I've got going on. All right, let's do. Let me switch and do these guys. But yeah, so that's what it is. And so, like, I would say you can't Animal Crossing is. I don't know what even genre it would kind of like. What other games I would compare it to. Um, it's kind of the epitome of what makes a cozy game a cozy game. It's just a nice, like, relaxing, build your home and your land and whatnot kind of thing. All right, so here's your password thing for this. I left up this in the video, but just so you know, the codes for this are. We did this last week too. It begins with 0, 2 is odd, 3 is even, and don't repeat. Password confirmed. And there we go. Got the old scabbard. Now we'll go home and get that class. And you will start seeing how awesome the samurai class is. It's really, really powerful. It does, especially late game, that when we're getting it, because so many things are weak to lightning, and it does lightning with almost every one of its attacks.
I hope you bring back souvenirs.
Or at least special stuff. But yeah, well, there you go. You're at level 4. So now you just need 20,000 gorilla to get your max level on your Totokaku. And that will level it up. And then you can take it in the water. There's lots of things you can find in the water. There's a few different water areas you can take it to. Yeah, levels 2 and 4 aren't that impressive for the Totokaku. They just kind of increase the speed of it. Level 3 is when you get the digging holes, and level 4 is when you get, or level 5 is when you get the using the water. And let's go into that. And up and around. So if you didn't know, there's a guy, you kind of take the map around here past the Astrum Helix facility, and there's a guy hidden behind this really tall skyscraper that we're seeing here coming up the side of the screen. And he'll ask you to bring him back the sword and scabbard, which we picked up. Here we go. Well, oh, I've been found, have I? Well, now that you're here, maybe you can help me. I am searching for the sword and the scabbard. If you can find where they are hidden, please bring them to me. There will be something in it for you too, of course. So you talk to him again? Oh, you actually found them. Yes, they've seen better days, but these are definitely the right ones. I've been searching for these forever. Please let me see them before you go. Thank you. You can keep the sword and the scabbard as a token of my thanks. What do you mean they're no good to you like this? The mysterious man puts the broken sword into its rusted scabbard, and as he did, the sword and the scabbard started shining a blinding light. And the screen goes white. Oh, you pitiful boy, I will let you out. You can probably hear him. The sword and the scabbard look as good as new again. There. Keep it. It will draw out your ultimate power. You acquired the sword and the scabbard. Samurai's innermost secrets awaken heightened powers within Haruhi. Cleaving with a single blow, slicing through all in its path, you acquired the Samurai job class. A job that excels at physical attacks. It uses posture changes to unleash different sword skills with various effects. I don't know what it means by posture changes, because you don't have like a posture change ability to get like, oh, this is a defensive boost, this is a physical boost. Bye then, now I'll be able to go there too. And the screen will flash red. The mysterious man disappeared in a puff of red mist. There's no one else in there now. And now we have the samurai class. That is how you unlock it, and oh my, is this class awesome! Let me pick a class in here to swap out for it. I might even swap out the Assault Savant for it, because they're very similar in what they do right now. Mage. Absolute Blitz, we'll get that. Usage. And let's put on the samurai. This class is awesome. Yeah, I told you that. Every level requires a different thing. You need, I think it's like 2,000 or 2,500 for the first level of feed. Then it's 5,000. Then it's 10,000, and then it's 20,000. The whole chain of leveling up your Tadakaku costs something just under like 40,000 Grilla. And the most expensive level is level 5. We did it on stream here last weekend. Oh, let's find a different floor. And do some grinding on these floors here since we're middle of the day, and I will demonstrate how awesome the samurai is. But yeah, getting the swimming is absolutely worth it because you'll find like spots where there's like, I think one of the spots is something like 10 different of the black pearls. You know, you'll find recipes, you'll find all kinds of stuff out in the water. I might be thinking of a different spot where the 10 black pearls was, but yeah, it's expensive. It's one of the two reasons why you're unlikely to uh, get it as early as chapter 3. Like that piece to get the card key, you can theoretically do it as early as chapter 3 if you just stop advancing the story once you have kind of free reign around the map. But it's not great. And not likely, because you gotta grind yourself up to level 50 and so on. Let's return home. But you really don't need to go get it until about chapter 6. Once chapter 6 is unlocked is when the earliest that you can get the scabbard is what you need the card key for. And then you can't get the final piece, the sword, or I forget which one was the sword and which was the scabbard, but the final piece, like until right where we're at in the story right now with Haruhi, late in chapter 8 for that door. So it's not something you need to do for a while, but it is well worth it. You know, it's part of why I waited as long as I did until just doing it just now for today, because we only just now unlocked the ability to get the class. But again, it is such a useful class. That was not what I wanted to gather there. Do do do. Yeah, the samurai is probably the harder of the two classes to unlock, despite the fact that it's probably the earlier one of the two you're gonna get. Um, the easier of the two, but the later in the game to unlock one would be the Aristotle, because you have to do something like 60 fairy orders for each individual fairy, which means you're gonna be well into at least your first winter, if not all the way to like your second summer. Just because like summer you might need to go in and go back and get like the cocoa saplings and the watermelons and so on. That's one of the reasons I rushed so hard on getting them on this playthrough for Haruhi, so that we can maybe get the Aristotle before we finish it. I don't think we're gonna, but you know, tomorrow's the last day of winter or of fall, and here's where we're at right now. So it's possible. I don't think it's probable though. And the Aristotle's an interesting class. I don't know. I don't have a strong feeling one way or the other about it. It's really, really versatile because you can change which of the four fairies that you've got with you doing the damage. Um, So you got your fire fairy. It goes in the order of fire, wind, water, earth. Yeah, you get the fairy stones. You have to get each fairy stone. You need to do something like 60 of the individual like fairy order requests for each fairy. And once you've got all four fairy stones, you unlock the Aristotle. But because, the Earth Fairy, for example, has a lot of stuff that is winter specific, you probably won't get it until at least your first like the middle of your first winter. Um, and because of how much money some of the stuff for summer is and how late in the game you have to get it, you might not even get it till your second summer, which is what happened with my Stella playthrough. Because like I didn't have the watermelons, I didn't get finished up with Shatola and mess around with there really until and get the water biome so I could do the watermelons until late summer. But like, let's see if I have any on Harvey here. Yeah, I got the Fire Fairy Stone and that's it. Um, so there's like I still have to get the wind one, which was a spring stuff. There'll be a few things that on that one that I can do that aren't spring related, like doing quests in Nemea or leveling up your weapons or so. Like some of them, all of them will have something that is not specific to the season or the seasonal crops. Um, but a lot of them will be, harvest this many crops of this seasonal, plant or whatever. So if you didn't get enough to get like the spring one in your first spring, which you probably won't, then well, you gotta wait till your second spring to get those. But yeah, it's an interesting class. You have one ability is just like the Avenger or the Assault Savant, where you can change your element. Although, as I discussed in my video, it's very different. All three of those have a changes your element ability, but all three of them are work very differently. Um, Thought I heard a cat jumping up on the door, wanting it. Uh, but that's your first ability for it. Your second ability is just, hey, I'm going to do extra damage of the damage type for the fairy I have right now. Your third ability is either a buff to you or a debuff to your target enemy, depending on which fairy it is. And the buff, and it could either be physical attack, um, like the fire fairy, magic attack for the wind, debuff physical defense for the water fairy, and debuff magic defense for the earth fairy. So it's just kind of like, unless you're switching over to this class just to buff yourself or debuff your enemy for physical stuff and then switching to a physical class, the only ones that are useful are the wind or the earth fairy. And then your fourth ability is Sage, which is okay, it's cool, but there's a lot of classes that do Sage damage. Kind of like a lot of classes do slashing damage as well. It's one of the more common damage types. Whereas like poison, the only class that does poison damage is the Shadow Walker. But let's go take a look at what some of these fairy orders are that I was talking about. Let's see, we'll sell you. You get sold. You're a rare fish. Let's see if I've turned you in or not. I don't think I have. And this is what the way, like, if you want to make money, this is how I recommend doing it: is the food turn-ins and the fishing side quest. Because this one you see 5,000 gorilla per fish, and it ends up going to be like 10,000 for the top ones. But that's how you make your money to upgrade your farm or uh, upgrade your Totokaku or weapons or whatever you need. Until you're basically late game and you have the processing machines. But like, so for example, the Wind Fairy, you have The mean tomatoes, those are spring and summer. Honey flowers, you can do those up at any time of the year except for winter. But you have to have the water biome. Cucumbers, spring only. Tangled radish, spring only. Strawberries, spring only. Wisty peach, spring only. But then there's a few here that you can destroy areas with bombs, refurbish the farm, etc. But fortify your weapons, gather, mine, fix ladders. But you can see I've got 12 more to go just to get this one fairy stone. So this is not going to have, these 9 are not going to level me up enough. Or these 7, that's the last one for those. Bombs, that's story progression as much as everything else. Ladders, story progression, there's some in the final dungeon. There's only so much I can do for some of this stuff. Water is a lot built around your animals, which is nice. Fishing. Making that freaking level 2 sprinkler. We have not found the ingredient for that. It says it drops in the thing. Let me check the wiki here and see where it says this. Because in the game it says it's in the Coral Shrine. Oh, 3 specific mining nodes. Okay. According to the Prima Games. Yeah, so that's one I can get one of those done for that, but I can't find the dang things. And I need 10 more to get for this to unlock that, and then this one we're not even close to where it's showing how many I need to do. So, but these are, Promise Fruit, Eden Rice, Snowcap Mekon. These 2 and this one are only in winter. Well, that one's in spring, but you won't get to it in spring. Moonfruit, we don't get until the absolute end game. It drops in the final dungeon, which you have only access to for the course of chapter 10, which is annoying. So, there's a lot of things that you can do to try and get the Aristotle, but it's not a quick one. The samurai at least is like, this is your distinctive step. You can do this at this point, etc. But not so much for the Aristotle. The Aristotle is just like you got to work on it over time. And I need to check that because we were just checking it. But yeah, that's how you get your fairy stones. But it's an interesting class. I won't say I love it. It is what it is.
Hello, little crappies. Hello, little crappies.
I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't have a strong feeling about it. It's useful, but it's not phenomenal. Let's see. And it's the last day so we'll check up here. I know we can get the coconuts. Oh, hey, my backpack is full apparently. There we go. Yeah, and this is more of these trees than I have on my Stella playthrough. I only have the 2 on my Stella playthrough. You don't need that many. They're not used for much. And even processing them doesn't get you that much money. And nothing in here. So there we go. Alright, let's go check and see if we can do anything to level up our weapons and gear. And then we will advance the story, I think. Let's do this. Oh, wrong one. Oh, I almost forgot about the animals too. Yeah, this is like not terribly exciting, I'm well aware. Watching me just go, okay, what do I do for my crops for this day? What am I gonna do for processing this day? What am I gonna, go pet my animals? Pick that up. Dude. And where's the other one? There he is. And what are we looking at on feed? Do I need to feed you guys? I did for that. On the How many floors on the baby lullaby? I'm not sure. I know what you're talking about. What do you mean by baby lullaby? Hold on. I think I kind of have an idea what you're talking about with like lullaby. I think that's the name of a. It sounds like the name of a floor in a dungeon, but oh, the orbital cradle. Um, it's really one floor. It's a lot of teleportation sections. So let me see if I can find the spot you're talking about here. Oh wait, no. Let's go over here first. We were gonna head to the blacksmith, see if we can upgrade. I don't think we can. I think we're missing something. I don't know what. But it's not like we're missing the orichalcum or anything.
Guess I'm not.
Yeah, we're missing something there. Which it won't say where. Check this here. Uh, Sorry about that. That was me kicking my desk thing. Here we go. And oops, sorry. Well, that's only goes to level 8. This is why I don't like Game Ramp. They don't have all the material, the information. They don't update it. Okay. Smithy materials, yada yada yada. That's not what I need. There we go. We need monoplate. What does monoplate drop? Isn't that where I'm at from the section I'm in right now? Oh, the Stella Nursery. Okay. That's the final dungeon. Or it can drop in Caranoid. But I haven't seen it in Caranoid on this playthrough.
Cheers.
Yeah. Imagine my surprise to find out that the final dungeon was named the Stella Nursery and I named my character Stella. Just because it was like, okay, let's test this out in the demo and pick an obvious name. And so most people were going Ella, and I'm just like, we'll make it Stella. But let's go take a look at the orbital cradle. The lullaby section that you're talking about. Beatrice's lullaby? Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the map here. Because it's not really separate floors, it's all just one big floor. So you'll start, down here at the bottom. Wish I could show you my mouse on the screen here, but it's like you'll start down here in the bottom left. You'll work your way through, and you have all the teleporters and going around. But it's, that's what it is. It's just a really complex, convoluted floor. Um, that space that you can see over here on the far, like the top left area section between C and D, that's kind of hidden. That's a room that I gotta kill that fear to get past, and then come in around behind it. There's a few rooms like that in this dungeon. Unfortunately, I can't do jack with them. You know what? Let's change things up. Take mage off and put on assault savant. So Imperio. But that's what it is. The Beatrice's lullaby. Um, Everything kind of just teleports and does its own thing. So like even in here. I'm gonna charge this up. I love this, the fact that this can charge. You can just press the button. The Beatrice's lullaby? Um, I can do that, I suppose. Yeah. Let me go back to it. Let's see if I can figure it out from, unlock from what I had. Because I've unlocked up pretty much everything except for that one little hidden area. So, when you first unlock it, you'll come in through here. And that door's going to be locked. So you'll come up this way. And you'll deal with these guys.
The battle begins.
And dude. Yeah, this class is not ready to be used in combat yet. So you'll come up here. This door will be locked. So you'll have to come over this way. You go around this way. Deal with these guys, which let's put on. So you've dealt with these guys here, leveling up as we do so. Because why not?
Is everyone alright?
You just come across, run through here, because you still have the beams there, and you don't want to hit the beams, because that'll wake that guy up. Then you'll come in here, and you'll have these guys fighting here. Which are, what they are. They're just elements. Of different elemental types. You have the 2 Thunder and the 2 Frost. But you can see where I'm at on the map. And you'll just continue to follow this path around until you get to the A teleport over there. And once you've gotten around to the A, go back the way we came. So you'll just follow this path all the way. It's a pretty straight path from there. But then you'll come back to,
You have my gratitude.
let's find the place back here where the A is. You'll come through, it'll teleport you over to this room over here. And you come out here, you'll hit that button, which will make it easier for you to come back through the way I just came through for the future usage. And that'll put you over here to where the B is. And just finish this guy off. This will grind a little bit of levels. Alright. So now we come down here, we take the B teleporter. And that's going to put us over here on the map, which is kind of, you can kind of see up in the top right between the two big foe or fear elements. And then this is just another straight shot down to C. Okay. I wish you could see this on my screen here. My mouse cursor, unfortunately. But okay, so you start down here in the bottom left. I really wish you could see the mouse cursor on here. Let me see if I can set that up that you can see my mouse cursor. Let me see if I can add a source. Do. But you'll follow it to. Okay, well, basically, let me talk about where I'm at. Do you see the little cursor on the screen where I'm at right now? It's between these two big yellow markers for the fear up on the top right corner. Do you see where I'm at right there? Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Is if you have to be careful not to hit the beams and wake him up, and that's the thing. That's why you're not getting to the A button, to the A teleport. So I guess let me go back that way. Okay, let's see. I'm over here. So where you're struggling is this room right here, which is the one with them. They're doing that thing here, and you keep doing them wrong, like that way, like you just did that. Yeah, you're screwed at that point. The trick is to not do that. And, so it's just, you gotta time it properly. Once you can get over those beams, he won't kill you. Because he only wakes up when the beams get hit. It's like I was saying earlier, this game was not designed for platforming, and yet it tries to have little platforming puzzles like those in there.
I hope you bring back souvenirs.
So it's just like the one in Phantasmagoria, where you get the turning thing, and you're trying to do the jumps to the platforms, and it doesn't. The game's not as responsive to you. Like it takes a little bit second or a half second or something delay from when you put in a command to jump. So we'll demonstrate that whole route again without waking him up. So, okay, you just start on the floor here. You're down in the bottom left, okay? You're gonna come through this way. Just go straight. Oh, the one with the big beam? So you're talking this room right here with that beam right there? Is this the room you're talking about? Yes, no, maybe. Like we just entered the floor, we took the left, we came in here, and there's this guy sleeping here. That I can punch him all I want, but it won't do any damage. And you got this beam over here. Because if this is the room you're talking about... Okay. Yeah, because this one, it's very quickly, easily, you just do this. I think I know which one you're talking about. Let me show you. Okay. So we did the elements. And you're talking this room here, up here. Where the beam is traveling that way. Well, if you notice, the beam, he blocks it. And it's coming from that side, so you'll stand here on this side of him till it goes past him, and then you just go right on up. And that's how you get past this room. He will not wake up. Like, he blocks the beam. Like, I'll just sit here. The beam will go right on past me. And block him. And he can't take damage unless I trigger the beam. So now I can just do this one. And that's the big beam that you're talking about. Then you just have this room here with these guys, where I will blast them that way. Yeah, you'll do that a few times throughout the course of this, is use them to block it, and then you just come around this way again. And you'll have this one where you gotta jump the beams.
Threat level blue. This is a dangerous enemy.
And boom. And that's how you get to the A teleporter. And then you come from the A teleporter over here. And you'll have this little terminal here to unlock the thing. And you never have to go through that room again. And then you can continue with the floor. But since we're already on this floor doing the grinding and whatnot, let's just finish it out. Since it's already 5 p.m. in game. And we'll come down here. And this room is kind of another big, kind of just long stream. I think the Simply's multiplayer would make things worse in this game, personally, but...
Let the battle commence.
Wow, these things hit so hard. I need to find the thing that lets me upgrade my weapons. Hopefully tomorrow in game while we're in Paranoid. Yeah, it's not a very powerful class when you first get it, but that's usually the case with most classes. The Samurai, but it will very quickly become really powerful. Got some Mortal Kombat. Hooray! Come through to this room, and so this is going to be another one of those like things. You just kind of stick to the left wall and you'll be fine. Bam. Kill all the peoples. And... let's see. Alright, let's...
Let the battle commence.
kill these guys. Moving on down. Yeah, like I said, I don't know that multiplayer would be good for this game. You gotta remember how laggy the Nintendo servers can be. This is gonna be your next big issue with this room for this map here. You're gonna be like, okay, I got this, gotta jump, oh, and I missed that. But you have 3 different alarms that can set off on these guys, or a couple different alarms. It's not as deadly a room, but it is kind of an annoying little puzzle. And I usually set off at least one of them. But, hey, I don't mind grinding. I'm actually really low on levels compared to where I was on Stella. Oh, don't try to stun me. Let's freeze you guys. And there you go. And that's B to C. Heavy plate, heavy plate. Hopefully we'll find some mono plate in the Caranoid tomorrow. And seize this over here. So we're up in here on the left side. Very similar to where we'll be for level 5, or the 5th area. But nothing in here. You can spend time here watching the planet glow. The stars spread out before you. They're so beautiful, you feel as though you could stare at them forever. Do some stargazing? Absolutely. You gaze out of the stars, and past events come flooding back to you. Waking up in Lethe, journeying to distant lands, battling monsters and omens alike. Huh. 1 hour later. Seems you've been staring at the stars for quite some time. But thanks to that, you're feeling pretty well rested. Your health and stamina have been replenished. And it's a good replenishment. I was glowing red, low health kind of thing. But yeah, this door, we have to beat the guy in the next section, which we can't do at our level. Trying to do it even in the next section of the game is problematic. Like, even post-game, my character probably would struggle with it on my Harvey, or my Stella. And she's like level, I want to say 87, 88-ish now. She's definitely in the 80s. Not quite 90, but she's high level. She's both games. She's only missing like 1 or 2 job panels for the mage class, and everything else is maxed out. So it's not like that character is lacking in stuff. It's just they're so tough. Anyways, let's make a couple return bells, and then we'll go to bed. And tomorrow we'll go to Caranoid. Speaking of samurai, let's level up. Utsusemi, this is an awesome ability. You can use it outside of combat, and it gives you a 50% crit boost. But yeah, you can see I just did the entire first tier. And then Sentatsuba, we're going to unlock that tomorrow, and it's a brokenly awesome ability. It works kind of like a black hole kind of thing. It sucks the enemies into you and then does damage and an explosion, and it does really good strong damage. Woohoo! We leveled up. And we made 3,500 gorilla. So we have money to get started with the winter. Not that there's much of a winter to get used to or to do, but you know, it's there. And we don't have any crops anywhere, do we? No. Those look weird. But yeah, you were asking last week, do the trees die in quietus? You can see they are just fine. They're all still growing. They'll be here ready to do in their next seasons. So, while we're here, let's get another set of processables. Oh, there we go. Do those, do those, do that, do that. Okay, cool. Come up here. And during quietus, you can still, feed your animals, get their stuff. They just won't be out for you to pet or, like, get their special drops, like their feathers or fur horns or whatever that they drop for that kind of stuff. So now we'll come over here. Oh, I didn't need to do the sugar. And boom. Jump to the old well, just because we're trying to save time. Jump on in. I think we were at level 20 last time. Let me change my classes around. Assault Savant. Let's see, what does the Assault Savant passives give me? Crit rate. It's not bad. What do I have equipped? Samurai, Assault Savant, Avenger. Avenger. We've maxed out. Okay, let's turn off the Assault Savant and take Fighter. Kind of make us a little tougher for this next fights down here. Oh, no. Wrong button, and we'll go to 24. So today we'll get down to the floor 30, which will be one of the things we need to do to advance. So let's save where we're at. And in we go. I think these are the water floors. Yep. The summer layer. So it's like the coral shrine levels. Well, that was quick. Go on deeper. And yeah, Caranoid's an interesting dungeon. It's the closest thing to a post-game dungeon we have. Well, okay, we just keep going deeper. We're not even getting any challenges or anything. Watch it goes deeper. Nope, there we go. There's some enemies.
The battle begins.
And bam. Sandstone, chaos powder. And a buff to frickin' whatever we eat. Okay. This class already gives one of those. Enemies leap out. Hooray. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Charge up and just kill as many guys. So what are you planning on doing first with your Animal Crossing? You want to build up your village or your island a specific way, or you wanting to work on the museum? What's your biggest goal with that? Since you're getting that for your birthday. Like for me, it's always the museum, which is again like I got the completionist do the museum, etc. thing. I get a drink before I do this. Well, everyone needs a job. That we could have the argument there. Not everyone can work, but it's also the complaint. A lot of things is like, especially people are like, oh, people don't want to go back to work. And it's like, no, people don't want to go back to work for no money. Like wait staff, um, waiters and waitresses and all that are actually allowed to be paid less than minimum wage. They get their base pay is ridiculous, and so their entire pay is reliant on tips. And that's BS, and so that's why a lot of people weren't going back to work for being waiters or waitresses and stuff like that. Need a drink. Been talking for an hour already without one. Peek inside the well. Really? More enemies? Okay. Well, we are gonna
The battle begins.
check out what this class does. You're gonna eat the fruit? You're not gonna sell it? Yeah, the problem I mean, you kind of need friends to help you get more fruit, but you can theoretically do it with some of the other visit other islands, but it's kind of rare. So, just like all the other games, it's like, yeah, it helps to have friends and join their things and blah, blah, blah. There we go. Now we're going deeper. Inside the well. Ooh, something inside, and it's gas gem. I mean, they're nice, but we don't really need those gas gems. We got plenty of the gems. Something inside. Rosy sea bream. Oh, that's funny. We got fish. In a well. Enemies leap out. Get my purple glow for my crit boost. And now charge up.
The battle begins.
I love this ability here that we're about to do. Charge up, and they get pulled in, and then big hit. I need to make some food.
You have my
Or eat some
backup.
food, rather, because I'm low on stamina.
An enemy like this is not impossible to beat.
Yeah, it's not impossible to beat, but we just don't want to fight it. Dianthus? Yep, goes deeper. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And it's even you can find work with a disability, but you gotta find one that also fits your disability. You know, that's one of the reasons I became a truck driver, is because of my PTSD. I don't like crowds. You know, so not dealing in day to day dealing with other people kind of thing, it was helpful to be able to have, work, private space kind of thing. And the job I had most recently was a work from home kind of thing most days. So, you got to find what works with what you're getting, but then there's also, what the market is and what's available out there. A lot of the jobs I was applying for today, that this week, it was like we're not even really interviewing you. It's just here's what the job entails, here's what the pay is. Do you want it right now? But it's like these aren't necessarily jobs that would be good for me, and I told them straight up, like, I have other interviews. Let me get those done first, and then I'll let you know my answer. And they've just kind of been, oh well, we don't, you know, one of them they filled it, and the other ones I haven't heard back from. Even though I keep calling them to say, they're like, hey, call us back Friday. I'm getting bored with you guys, dude. Die already. Dude. There we go. We killed him. Lorelai's tears. 2 large water cores. Woohoo! We can finally make bigger sprinklers. Not that we're going to in the middle of winter, really. And we'll figure something out. Oh yeah, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so trying to find work out here that's local is kind of a pain. That's why I'm probably going to have to go back to trucking. And I don't hate trucking. I came off the truck to be close to family and help take care of things. Um, I served in the military. My aunt served in the military. We're generations of military, but you know, she's got weak, brittle bones because of stuff that happened. It's a long story of how it got there, but it, started with something that happened with one of the places she was stationed at, and so she's not supposed to lift more than 15 pounds. So now I'm, came off the truck to be that person who's helping out, young, strong, tall person, whatever. Relatively young. I'm almost 40. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Just killing all these guys. But yeah, I mean, and it's not just me. I mean, a lot of people have it harder than I do for job hunting. You know, I've got the military thing going for me, so it's like, oh hey, that looks great. You've got a great resume, yada yada yada. You got experience, so I can afford to be picky with the jobs that I get. What cat? He's pawing at the door. He wants in. Not the one that was meowing last week, by the way. Oh, my aunt's. She is, but she's very old school in a lot of ways as well. I mean, she was in the Marine Corps. I was Air Force, like the actual Air Force, not the we joke about the chair force because only about like 8-9% of the Air Force are actually air crew and flies. The rest are
Let the
support
battle
staff
commence.
or support personnel. But yeah, I was in like that, quote unquote elite 8-9% that actually flew, and but like she was in the Marine Corps. She was actually finishing her boot camp when I was born, and we're talking way back in the 80s.
Here I go.
But she got stationed somewhere that had bad water and blah blah blah. And like I said, it's a long chain of events, but it is what it is. And I have a cat on me now. Oh no, I didn't want to fish. Enemies leap out. Of course they do.
Let the battle commence.
Well, we're gonna get some good experience from this run. These guys are all level 50. For these fours, the last several set were like level 45. But I really love that ability. And the next ability we're gonna unlock, which will be a little while because it's the tier 3 one, is also really powerful. It like clears the screen kind of thing.
I can keep it a while longer.
Do, 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 do. Uh, the last place will know the next set of 10 floors will be based on the Seas Light Cave around Argen. But after that, once we get past level floor 40, it's a whole nother story. It's a whole new set of stuff. So floors 31 through 40 are your Seas Light Cave, Argen area kind of ones. But there's actually 20 floors after that. Oh, catch. I need you off my arm. Thank you. And no, the final dungeon is not based on Argen. It's kind of a mishmash of everything you've done up till then. And yeah, we'll eat.
My gratitude.
Switch over to fire for these guys, and
Let the battle commence.
there we go. It's some continual damage going.
An enemy like this is not impossible to beat.
Here I go.
And we'll just kill all these guys as best we can. Nope, that wasn't the class I wanted to switch over to. Oh well. I don't know what the heck these guys are taking damage from, but... Oh, that was not the guy I wanted to hit either. The combat controls in this game are not the greatest.
The enemy is weakened. If we're going
There
to
we
use
go.
firepower, now's the time to do it.
We are just getting our butts kicked here, but we're also kicking butt. Woo-doo-doo. Yeah, the Melicids, or the Submerged Evil Memories, yeah. They're weird enemies. But they're based on the ones from the Coral Shrine,
End of battle. All clear.
which was the Shatola dungeon. Which I kind of go back and forth between pronouncing it Shatola and Shitola. Fence recipe, Pyrio liquid, and there we go. And we are done for the day. We got 30 floors done. It's 6:40. Let's see what we can do with what we've got out here. Let's see, Looted Earth. Chaos Cloud. Everything else will be in pairs. Let's see. Stuff we need to put in there is 10 star crystals. That's it. We did not get the item we wanted for upgrading our weapons, which is annoying. The monoplate or whatever it's called. Let's see, what is some good health regeneration that we can do with? We can do that. It's poison damage, which is really only useful for the I could answer that, but it's spoilers. Do you really want to know the answer? For those at home, the question was, why don't we get sick during quietus? There's an answer to it, but it's absolutely spoilers. Like, they don't really talk about who you are until the post game. Like, literally, you've beaten the game and you get the thing. Okay, so basically, what's going on? And they don't really explain it as your amnesia. Like, it's really a half-hearted attempt at explaining why you have amnesia. You are not you. Um, Something that we're going to find as we progress the story here. Once we finish this chapter and the next chapter, and we start working on, uh, like once you get into chapter 10, you can start doing actual character quests, like meetings with Aria for her ranks 7 through 10, and she's like, well, I was like looking at the ratings from my pod, I was, effectively brain dead for 2,000 years until recently, blah blah blah. And she starts to believe that, her consciousness got sucked into the planet's memory and was shared with the planet's memory for that time. Well, when Geist was doing all of his stuff, your memory got sucked in as well. You were actually, like, your mind, your mentality is from a person from up there on uh one of the Cains. But you at the start of the game, when you're getting woken up by the little girl, she's putting your mind, your mental stuff, your soul, whatever, into the dead body of an Abel. So you're inhabiting a dead body so you're already kind of immune to the quietus because you're already dead. They don't really explain it. Like, that's the closest explanation that they get to why you don't get sick during quietus. It's also the closest explanation for, like, oh no, you don't have amnesia. You just don't have any memories at all because none began. But it's like, but my mind, I should have the memories of my past life as a Cain if I don't have amnesia, but I don't have those memories. Like, it's really, it has a lot of plot holes. There's a lot of plot holes with this, and their explanations aren't good. And I need to pop my ears. It's like, oh right, I need to make some more cheese because this is a really, really good meal. I need to make more jerky too. But yeah, basically, their explanation for why we don't have amnesia and why we have amnesia is that we don't have amnesia, even though we do have amnesia. Their explanation for who we are is like you're part Cain, you're part Abel because you're the mind of a Cain in the body of a dead Abel, and that's the closest explanation that they give for why we don't succumb to the quiet. Is that we're inhabiting a body that oh no, Aria's not dead. Aria never died. Um, Only our character is the one that died, and even then we didn't die. It's our body is still up in the cradle, um, but our mind got pulled out of it during like some of the early stuff that was going on. Um, oh dang it, AVG, stop popping up and blocking my stream. This is a really good one, but not for this class. These classes. That's a great one, but I don't have garlic. There we go. That's a good healing one. And it counts as food. But it's not, I don't want to use up all the watermelon because there's a good watermelon one. Let's see. No, that's not my cat this time. That was me kind of, I got a little congestion going. He's being quiet. It's a different cat. I have the two different cats. One's quiet, one's usually less noisy, but more directly in my face. Like, he'll just make himself comfortable. And oh, that's not the recipe. Oh, here's what I was looking. I was looking in the wrong section. There's a recipe here somewhere. It uses the watermelon. It's still. Apparently, I haven't unlocked it yet. Or it's over here. Chili pollock from Horror Capital. Yeah. There's sushi from the Great King Tuna. You know what? Let's make some honey buns. But yeah, no, the only one who's dead and not dead at the same time is our protagonist, so Haruhi for this playthrough. Um, and even then, like, their answers are lead to more plot holes and blah blah blah. It is what it is. But like, we're gonna go here. Now that we're done with that, we'll finish up the floor we're on. In well, actually, we'll be spending this day mostly doing taking care of the farm. But day 2, once we get to it, will be the day that we do sprinkler level 2. Craft 2 of these boys. These are going to be useful, and we can now unlock. See, that's done. That's done. That's done. All right. And I don't have anywhere I can really place them yet. We'll have to upgrade the farm again. Do.
We've got a lot of
See.
work ahead of us. Let's get
Snowcat
started.
Mekon. Yeah, those will be ready to grow and harvestable here in another day or two. Let's do this. Oh wait, no, that's not big enough for that area over either. Okay. Yeah, I've set this up poorly. So if we were to continue, I would absolutely like once we built up like the full thing because it ends up being like a 21 by 21. It goes like all the way out here and along this way. Once you bought like all 9 or something upgrades to your farm, I would do like one side is just like all the trees over along this side or something like that, and then all the processing machines on that side, and have the middle open for all the crops. Now there's a cat you can hear. That's him being chatty again for once.
Bring back souvenirs.
He's not terribly chatty. The other one's the one who whines a lot. But he does want out. Anyways, let's go upgrade the farm. And we'll go buy some seeds from Arjen, because these guys don't have any in here. They're just like, I'll let her like, oh, here's about seeds. Oh, actually, we don't have any seeds. So, oops.
Please, come again.
Go check that out. And then next day, in-game, we'll go finish up the orbital cradle and maybe save Aria at the end of that day. And then we'll do all of Chapter 9, because Chapter 9 is just like Chapter 5. It's like blink and you miss it kind of thing. And that's when we'll finally unlock the final bits for Aria's class. Or the assault savant that we get from Aria. Let's go to the general store. Get some more seeds. We can do the lump potatoes. We've had plenty of those. We got 22 of those. So let's do 26. That'll give us some 48 total. These ones we got 10. Let's do 38. If we can afford it. Yep. Perfect. We're broke for now, but that'll give us pretty much everything we need to get through the season. Or a good chunk of the season, anyways. I really need to set up a thing just for camera so I can show you guys him, because he's laying here on his back, like his legs splayed wide, just like, look at my belly. Okay. Do this. Do. And again. I know, this is... The first day of the season is always kind of like this boring one to watch. Just like, oh, you're doing the thing again, right? Because you're going to take the longest to plant, or to grow, because these take like a week each. So let's do the thing. And then once we grow up the crops tomorrow, or the farm tomorrow, we'll put down the other ones. we go. And we're done with the crops for the day, because that's really all we can do for the day. And then once we grow the crop size, blah, 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 we'll get things ready. So, yeah, let's go beat up on Aria for a little bit. Or beat up on guys getting to Aria. Because Arya thinks she's gone evil to the dark side, etc., etc., and it's like, no, you haven't. You really haven't. I mean, that's one thing this game does. It's kind of like you can argue it's a pro and you can argue it's a con. The game doesn't have like the stereotypical "this is the bad guy that you have to defeat" and it kind of jumps around here and there and whatever. So it keeps you guessing, but at the same time, that's not necessarily a good thing because it's like, okay, what are we? Who's the central antagonist? Who are we trying to deal with? And it's no strong antagonistic character that carries the story for us, you know? So, pros, cons. Like, take, for example, I love bringing up Suikoden too. Even though he's not the antagonist he's only for about, I don't know, a half, maybe 2/3 of the game. Luca Blight is a strong antagonist who draws your attention, and he's like, yes, this is the character I want to kick the crap out of. And then afterwards, it's like, okay, it's Joey, your friend, your old friend, and so on that you've built this rapport with throughout the game, first on your side and then later against it. And so it's you have that strong, this is what drives this game. And Harvestella doesn't have that. It's constantly like, you first it's like, oh, it's Geist. And then it's like, we've beat Geist, and now we're gonna go investigate this. And Geist is back, but he's on our side, and now it's Aria's the bad guy, but only for like a chapter, and then what? So this game doesn't have a good, strong central someone that drives the thing. It's kind of Aria, but it's kind of not. There's something glistening by the side of the road. On closer inspection, it seems to be an accessory. Take it? Why, yes, I will. You received an accessory. There's a locket attached to it. Opening it, you find a picture inside, but the color's so washed out you can't tell what it's meant to be of. This must belong to somebody who was buried nearby. Buried? I don't know what you mean by buried. We're at a frickin' space station. Yeah, here's a good example of what I was talking about. You got the beam that goes across this guy. I mean, you can just jump across him and do it this way, but...
Let the battle commence.
Oh, get out of the way. And switch over. And just kick his butt. So you want to see my time at Porsche over Rune Factory, even though we're getting a new Rune Factory game coming out next month, or not next month? Well, kind of next month. It hits Japan next month, and it'll hit us in the West later this year. That's your vote. Is Rune Factory or is my time at Porsche, and then my time at Sandrock over that? Oh, he's going again. Let me let him out. And let me blow my nose, because I'm kind of like, you can keep hearing me probably going. Yeah. Okay, hopefully it'll be much better. And now he wants back in. You're a jerk. Make up your mind. He's got abandonment issues. He doesn't like being locked out of a room. Okay, anyways.
Let the battle commence.
Not the element I was thinking I was on, but... So what is it you're wanting to see from the Porsche versus Rune Factory? Because I know, yes, last time you were like, Rune Factory 4! No, wait, my time of Porsche. Well, wait, Rune Factory 4.
End the situation. Damage is minimal.
And you're really the only one who consistently, interacts with me on channel, so, Progress! I don't have any of those repair kits. And here we go. Seed of the Harbinger. I have to eat some food if I'm gonna do this fight. Save it, hurry here. I have no stamina.
You're a lifesaver.
All right, let's go deal with her. I don't even remember what she's weak to, if anything. She's not terribly strong of an enemy. But yeah, what is it you want to see more from Portia and Sandrock than it is from Rune Factory? Like I said, you kind of went back and forth last time. You don't change, Harry. You always forge ahead no matter what comes in your way. You're not a quitter. There have been many times when I found you dependable because of that. But not this time. I've gone emo. I am your enemy, Abels. I am the Harbinger. Yeah, no, you're a friend. Come back to the host club. You heard Geist, didn't you? You and I are a different species. Bullshit! I am bringing destruction to your world. If that's not a Harbinger, then what is? I know why you're here, Harry. You want to stop me from dropping the proto, don't you? If you drop it, the world will, kinda end? Yes, I know. Which means killing me is the only way for you to survive. But that's stating the obvious, isn't it? No, Aria, we don't want to fight you. Please stop. I miss the old Aria. Don't spout nonsense. Aria? The Paradise Project was humanity's dearest wish. Do you know just how many sacrifices were made for it? My own parents died in its critical experiment. I'm sorry, Aria. I saw the proof with my own eyes. Their names were on the register of people who died in service. Everyone wanted to secure a future for humanity, so much that they were willing to die for it. Now do you really think I could betray them because of the new bonds I've gone and made with you? If I abandon their plans now, all of their efforts will have been for nothing. That is why I am the Harbinger now. To destroy one world for the other. I will be emo always. I will drop the proto-seeds light onto the planet and make heaven shell a reality. Those are the lengths I am prepared to go to. So this is where we part ways. Get your weapons. The version of humanity that commands this battle lives on to the next era. This is what the world has come to. Is this really what you want? I'm not gonna say I'm not fighting you. That would make a liar out of me. What I want is irrelevant. Geist, start the countdown for the proto-descent. Are you sure? It still needs some final adjustments. It's fine. Just do it. Understood. Activating proto-Caeslite descent sequence. Starting countdown. Are you trying to intimidate us with that? No, she means it. Now is our only chance to stop the descent. Do we have no choice? Cat, you need to make up your mind. Aria? This fight is senseless. Quiet! I told you not to come, didn't I? I didn't want to fight you. I didn't. But there's no other way. Can't you see? It's already too late. I have no other choice. And so I'm gonna go one-winged angel, sort of. But to kill you. You need help with Portia? Okay. I can do Portia. I can definitely do some tip guides for Portia and for Sandrock. Sandrock is still in early access, so it's definitely things will be changing. Hopefully not too bad, but yeah, we can definitely do Portia instead. I might do both, kind of alternate, do videos on both, like, one video per week on each game, on like Rune Factory versus Portia, and then do like one on the weekends that I'm home if I do drive, do Saturdays on Rune Factory and Sundays on Portia or something like that. My mission as the Harbinger is to hear humanity's prayers and to protect the world. Yeah, well, I think we'll probably just do the one though.
If you refuse to understand, then I will
Okay.
have to wake you up to the truth. Aria means business.
Yeah, Aria means business. She usually does.
Wishes. Their sacrifice. I can't let it all be for nothing.
Aria, please. Stop fighting.
As everyone yells at her throughout this fight. Oh, she's weak to fire, okay. Well, then let's switch over to fire.
Here I go.
Let's aim for a break.
Oh, there we go.
So dare stand in my way.
Enemy is weakened. If we're going to combine firepower, now's the time to do it.
We broke one, let's break the other.
That was a good judgment call.
I didn't
Alright,
want to
let's do
fight either.
Asol.
I
Probably
did
not the best one for this, but he is what he is.
Couldn't just stand fire.
Yeah, he didn't do hardly any damage. And I am slow! I don't know what she hit me with that slowed me, but she hit me with something, clearly. Oh, there she is.
You have my gratitude.
Do. As she complains and throws a fit. Let's see how much Danthus does instead. I like Danthus's attack. It looks much better than his, even if it doesn't do all that much damage either. But there we go. Yeah, she's taking like damage from the field of effect on it.
This is what I must do. This is bad.
Your chances of survival are looking precarious. You have my gratitude.
Shoot! Fire!
And the dogs are going off.
Eliminating target. That must have done damage.
I will say
So, what are the things you need help with Portia? Do you think? Like, what do you feel you need help with?
This is my struggle. I can't lose.
Thanks for a lifesaver.
Here I go.
This should be the final blow. Yep, there we go. And boom. There, we kicked her butt. This is the end of chapter 8. Ugh. Come on, Aria. Get up. I can't be beaten here. This maker's my water bottle, sorry. Please stop. Yeah. I don't want to fight with you anymore. I won't lose this battle. I'll fight to the death if that's what it takes. I won't be defeated. Is that the light from the monolite? What's happening? The monolite is out of control. I must protect them. Ah! Aria, stop, but don't take this too far. I am not Aria. I am the Harbinger. My purpose is to protect Lost Gaia. I will fight for that as long as I'm alive. Lost Gaia's dead. What you're trying to protect are the people from Lost Gaia who need to come to Re-Gaia. The writing in this game is, like I said, there's plot holes. Ari, don't! She is no longer the Aria you knew. She will kill you. As I start going closer, pushing my way through. Don't touch me. Hurry! It's no use, Hurry. You're going to die. Well, I can still get up. Don't bother. Your consciousness is fading. You don't have the strength to get back up again. Is this how it ends? Hmm? Nope. Now we get to do a series of just walking and talking kind of things. That's all the next hour or so of what we're going to see is going to be. It's Aria, by the way. It's my name. You guys have those, right? Oh, the sapphire spots. Is that the like the one thing you really need help with though? Is for Portia? We cannot sacrifice the lives of so many. If you truly believe that is a noble or proper death, then science. No, then the human heart has failed. Hurry! You're right. We can't be certain it's all true. Besides, it's not like me to give up, is it? Aria is the only original human left from Earth. She must be lonely. That's not true at all. She has given up on everything. And all she really wants is to destroy the world. That's not how she feels at all. Aria is your enemy. She's my friend. Oh, well, you're not selling is not going to make you great money in Portia. Your best way of making money in Portia is going to be your commissions. Um, in that case, I mean, you can make things to sell, um, which helps, but it's also a matter of when you sell. Then start thinking, what is it you really want to do, or what it really is you want to do. I want to talk to Aria one more time. She's the waifu the game wants me to have. But yeah, Sapphire is one of those things that like it's kind of a rare drop. You can get it from the crystal deposits on Amber Island rarely. If you got the Crystella tree and you grow it and you keep it fertilized, there's a very good chance of it dropping Sapphire when you harvest it. So I mean, Sapphire is not one of those ones that you're just gonna automatically get lots and lots of. Um, it's not used that often in that many recipes though, I don't think. Yeah, it's used in a couple of missions. There's like 3 sapphires you need for the course of missions, but that's about it. +1 for your work. Oh, that's the crystal chandelier. Yeah, those are just recipes. Are you here to save Aria? Yes, yes, I am. Oh, you really are stubborn, aren't you? Even now? Think about it, though. Can you really save her? Yes, yes, I can. Do you understand the weight she is carrying on her shoulders? Yes, yes, I do. Well, I mean, I guess it's used for titanium plates if you want to use a lot of those, but that's only if you're doing it at the factory. Of course not. You need to know more about her past. Oh no, it's at the comprehensive cutter as well. Okay. It's the same. Just looking up at the Porsche stuff for the Sapphire here. It's not used for too many things. I mean, I guess if you need a lot of titanium plates, then yeah. But one of the best things you can do to level up your land is actually become better friends with the Mayor Gust, because he gives you discounts on how much it costs to upgrade your land. Arya, you see, well, she's been fighting from the start, right on the front line of humanity. And now for a speech from the head of the project. I am Arya Leventhal, your project leader. The world is facing the greatest turmoil in history, and we scientists are rising to this unprecedented challenge. This is war, a life or death war for humanity. Whether we survive to continue our history or not depends on this project. But I believe that we will complete this challenging investigation. I believe that there is value in continuing the human race. But above all, I believe in our team. I am still young. I may not have the same knowledge or experience as all of you. But my determination does not waver. That is what it means to be a scientist, to pursue knowledge and keep fighting for a better future. Yep, and we just keep running forward. That's this. The rest of this chapter is just run forward, talk, run forward, talk. I have to do this. If I look dispirited, then everyone else will want to give up too. So, I'm the one person who must never give up. Isn't that right, Aria? Aria was humanity's hope. She may have been that way since birth. You saw how her era ended, didn't you? Aria Leventhal was a beacon of light, an idol that humankind clung to in the face of extinction. Aria shed blood, sweat, and tears to live up to their expectations, making her name as a great scholar at a very young age. Aria tried her best to be tough, and to stop making excuses for her weaknesses. And now you want to deny her that way of life? It's not like that at all. I just want my roommate back. Or my waifu, or whatever. You're not good at knowing when to give up. Go on ahead if you think you can convince Aria out of her plans. But your words won't get through to her. Even you should finally give up when you realize that. Yeah, they don't really even explain who the heck this is. Like, it could be Aria that we're talking to, but I think it's actually more Creepy Girl or other Creepy Girl. Anyways, yeah, then we get find her and she's, tied up like this, and we search her. And they really highlight that she's just hanging there. Aria is still in silence. Aria! Wake the hell up! She has closed her heart. No one's words will get through to her now. So we're gonna use something other than words. But, like, her feet are dangling there? Just tickle her feet. You have a feeling. But you're holding on to Aria's words. So you take Aria's words to her. And it's like, okay, where the heck was her journal? Aria's diary. Oh, went too far. You hold up Aria's diary. That's my diary. Oh, so you had it. As it floats and goes to the creepy little girl, who was supposedly Aria, but supposedly not. I don't think that the chains are representing her life. I think they're supposed to be representing, like, her locked cognition, I guess would be the best way to explain it. This diary is the memory of my battle. The memory of how I wish to save everyone. Like, she's feeling like she's, chained by the obligations of everyone else. And so that's what I think that is like, oh, I have to do all these things for, like, I have to be the hero of humanity, and I can never show, myself being dispirited. And, oh, my parents gave their lives for this, so I have to continue their thing. And the chains of obligation weighing down on her, I think is what the chains are representing. And the memory of how I wished to save everyone. And how all of their hopes rested on me. That is why I have to take responsibility for the end of this planet. I rid myself of my weakness and indecision. Well, we can do this together. This is too much to take on by yourself. But I'm not like you. I'm your enemy, can't you see? That's not true. Nobody believes that but you. Oh, please, don't give me that playing the bigger person act. This is my duty. There is no other way around it. Don't push yourself beyond your limits, dummy. But I have to. If I don't, it will all go to waste. I have no other choice left. I am not the Aria you knew anymore. She is dead. I am the world's enemy. Yet we live together. We're almost family. Shut the hell up. You'd still say that even now. You truly are strange. What do you really want to do, Aria? I'm... Hurry, don't. I don't want to start doubting because of such trivial things. I won't make progress that way. I can't be so weak. So I'm... we can think it through together, you know. You don't have to do everything to yourself. What do you really want, Aria? Hurry. I... The truth is, I didn't want any of this. Everyone from Earth, and all of you on Regaia. You're both important to me. So please, hurry. Help me. Aria, come back. And you go talk to her and she disappears, but now you turn and she's still hanging there. Because she was still hanging there while she was talking to her. No, she was, she was created by her parents in the sense that any of us were. But, it wasn't... Her parents, it's more the matter that her parents were, big name, famous scientists, and so she felt obligated to also be a big name, famous scientist, and etc., etc. So she kind of groomed herself and was groomed by them into being this figure, but, she wasn't made in a lab or anything. Aria! At least not that we've seen. Well, I'm glad you're back. Now let's get to work, bitch. I'm glad to be back. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. Now you're too meek. I can't keep up. Yeah, Aria, that look doesn't suit you. We like the good old confident Aria. Now we're back to normal. You didn't cause us any trouble. It goes both ways. Whatever. Thank you all. Geist, stop the proto-descent. Understood. Don't call her what? Deactivating proto-seaslight descent sequence. We're back to square one now. There is no way around it. As planned, Aria's authority is now considered transferred to Haruhi. Geist, what are you talking about? The situation will wait for no one. Hereafter, the survival of the human race will be decided by the notion of survival of the fittest. The strong survive and the weak die out. It is the principle of natural selection that has repeated in all living beings. I wasn't trying to gain authority. But you have already interfered in humanity's future. You are in too deep to back out now. Yet you do not want to take responsibility for that? Do you intend to leave the decision to someone else? You have proven your authority by being the only one capable of persuading Aria, the only Cain. That's not true, Geist. Hurry, take no notice of him. That is easy for you to say. You vanished from the collective and deserted our ambition. Regardless, we will get a decision from Haruhi whether they like it or not. Come this way. I took the liberty of locking the door behind you. There is no going back. Chapter 8, Noble Despair, complete. Alright. Save your current progress? Yes. Yes, we will. Even though there's like a safe spot right here. So, like, we're stuck in this little room. We can save and activate this. And, talk to everybody if you want. So this is what it's come to. Hurry, the world's fate is in your hands. I won't blame you, whichever decision you make. You're only trying to do the right thing and take responsibility after all. Geist was a bit too forceful, but I understand what he was saying. You can't deny that the world relies upon survival of the fittest. It happens every day on Regaya. Even in such a seemingly peaceful world, there are always some getting sifted out. But we come to terms with it because it's a law of nature. It's not something that we're supposed to enforce for ourselves. Hurry. It is as I said before. Resist what is correct. Make the decision for yourself. That is the only way to make a breakthrough in the situation. Hurry. I'm so sorry it had to come to this. I mean, no, it's no use apologizing. All I can do now is leave it up to you. Not many people get to represent humanity, you know. You go in there with pride. What do you think you'll do, Haruhi? I can't figure out what the right thing to do would be. I just can't imagine sacrificing so many lives in order to survive. This is the conclusion of all your actions until now. Do whatever you want. If anyone has a problem with your decision, I'll suck it to them. No, no, not you again. I want to talk to frickin' her. Hurry, you look distressed. Please don't push yourself too hard. And Hein. Hurry, first of all, thank you for your efforts. We couldn't have gotten Aria back without you. It would have been nice had that been the grand finale, but I suppose real life is not that straightforward. Whatever happens, I intend to support you in your decision. Because I know painfully well how hard it is to answer a question that has no right answers. Alright. And so we have to go through here. And this is where we get either one of two bad endings or we continue on to the main ending. No, he just wants attention. He wants loose. He likes having the freedom to roam and all that, so he's being mouthy. He's always a bit like that sometimes. Like, he'll settle down eventually. Do you see it? You humans seem to find this globe beautiful. To us, it is just another astronomical body. Nothing more than an ark for humanity to live on. Now then, it is time for you to make the decision. Which species of human should live within Heaven's Shell and advance their kind into the future? I will remind you that there are two options. Excuse me. Your first option is the Cains. They are a lost race who rose and fell alongside the planet Earth during the Common Era. Since the Regaia program was their creation, you Abels are their children in a sense. Your other option is the Abels. That is your kind. They are a race that evolved from Regaia and are almost biologically identical to the Cains. You must already know enough about them. I will make it clear one last time. You can only choose one. Should the Cains survive, or the Abels? Make your choice on this console. Okay, so here's where we get the two things. If you make one of the two choices, that's how you get a bad ending. And it's almost identical. It's like, oh, you made this choice, and it goes to black, and it does this credits, and then you get like a little discussion like thing at the end. Or you can just like talk to him. What are you doing? Stop wasting time and decide. And then you just walk on out. Wait right there. Are you trying to renounce the decision? Yes, I am. You have to tell him yes, you are trying to pronounce the decision. Do not be absurd. Now come back here and make a decision. This decision is absurd. You have to select this. Excuse me? The survival of humanity rests upon this decision, Haruhi. Why do you refuse to understand that? You humans must ensure your continuation by making this precious sacrifice. Is it worth surviving at such a cost? Haruhi, enough of your useless arguments. Quietus is drawing ever nearer to engulfing the whole planet as we speak. We have no time to waste. Haruhi, do the right thing. Now choose. Choose! And you're forced to sacrifice one of the two. Do you agree to eradicate the people of Las Gaia? Nope. Haruhi, you must understand the situation by now. Your efforts to resist it are futile. There is no other way. If you can think of one, then please share it. We should rid Regaia of Quietus. Why won't you understand that humanity has no future as long as you keep chasing that dream? I didn't think you were this unreasonable. All we Seth want is to save you. Why don't you understand that? You humans made the decision to hand over this level of power to us after long consideration and reflection over your own actions. After failing repeatedly to avoid conflict amongst yourselves, you felt you were not fit to be in charge of your own continuation. You felt that only a higher intelligence could manage your enigmatic race, which would rather harm one another than try to see eye to eye. That is how humanity willingly handed over their decision to us. And we have worked alongside you as your neighbors, doing our very best for you. But never mind, I suppose that is still not enough for you to approve of a massacre. If that is how you feel. And this is how we continue the story. Emergency, emergency. The Gestalt sphere has been invaded, or the Gestalt sphere. This may corrupt the collective consciousness. All Seth, please switch to standalone mode. An invader in our collective. Hurry, what have you done? I ain't done shit. What is going on, Dianthus? Wasn't it your doing? Then why was the proto-descent sequence been reactivated? What? It's true, Geist. The proto-Seaslight descent operation has been reinstated. But who would have? Nivalis is now identifying the source of the orders. Dianthus, can you hear me? Nivalis, yes, I hear you. You're just in time. Have you identified the source of the orders? Yes, but the orders are coming from within the proto-Seaslight. It's activating the sequence itself. What? Have you got that right, Nivalis? Are you saying the Seaslight has a will of its own? The Seaslight has a will of its own? Everyone, calm down. We should be able to avert the crisis by shutting down the proto. Right, Nivalis? I'm afraid not. That doesn't seem to be working. The proto is headed for the Castle of Illusion. It is dropping on our exact location. But that's not the trajectory that I plotted for it. It appears that the Seaslight has overwritten it of its own accord. Listen up, all of you. Here are the results of our simulation. If the proto-Seaslight continues its trajectory, I'm trying to say this too fast, and lands on the Castle of Illusion, then the neighboring towns Lethe and Shatola will be reduced to ruins. Nemea and Argen will not go unharmed either. On the other hand, if the Genesis core gets destroyed, then the Seaslight may be forced to shut down. If that happens, then the conditions on land... Oh no! What if we took direct control? Aria? Sorry, guys. Aria! Don't tell me. She's going inside the proto? That seems to be the case. She is attempting to manually divert the proto's trajectory from the inside. But the proto will fall at any moment. If Aria does not get out of there in time, she will go down with it. Hey, wait! Not you too, Hari! Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like, the game is really pushing Hari, your protagonist with Aria as your romance partner. No one else is running after Aria, just us. Gotta love the combat with the engaging like music. Please open. Yes, it's open. Got up, dear. Aria! Huh? Hari? What the hell are you doing here? Countdown complete. Commencing proto-Seaslight descent. Shoot! Ouch, ouch, ouch! Seriously, what the hell were you thinking, following me in here? You should have just left me to deal with it. Yeah, I got to you in time this time. This time, you're something else. Never mind. You're here now, let's not waste time. The internal data is in the control center this way. Hurry, we don't have much time until we make impact. Yep, take your time. Do. Yeah, you can see, like, there's no time counterclockwise. It's like, yep, time's not gonna change. It is all the time and we want to just walk this corridor. You know, the kind of corridors that people complain about with Final Fantasy 13. This is even more of a corridor than those. So this is the control center. And this is the trajectory we're on? I see. I should still be able to change it. Ah, I knew you'd work something out. It will be a race against time, but there is still some hope. I need your help, Harvey. If we can ignite the emergency boosters and change the Proto's trajectory, we'll make a forced landing in the North Sea. If we can manage that, then at least Lethe and the other villages should be okay for now. Got it, let's start right away. I wish we could. Unfortunately, it looks like the Proto is incomplete, and we can't control the boosters from here. Isn't there a way around it? I'll work something out, of course. I expected something like this to happen. If we can't control them from here, then our only other option is to ignite them ourselves. Okay, Haruhi? There are 2 emergency boosters. We have to set them both off at the same time to change our trajectory. I'll do one and you do the other. Yours is through that door. Just keep going along the path and you'll see the booster. Mine is through this door. Let's give this our all. So, we get to go through this door, unless we want to talk to her. Yours is through that door. Just keep going along the path and you'll see the booster. Yeah. So we go down another samey corridor. You know, I love that people complained about Final Fantasy 13 being like, oh, it's nothing but corridors. And yet, years later, they're like, no, we're definitely going to make a game that is literally a section with nothing but corridor. Just to really drive that home. Make Final Fantasy 13 look even better. Hurry, can you hear me? Reply to me if you can. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, we have to set it up first. It's nothing too complicated, so you should have no problem keeping up. First, touch the console that's in there. Okay. I'm gonna go touch it. Then all you have to do is follow the on-screen instructions and press the corresponding buttons. Do. Not that I'm looking at the screen and following the instructions at all. Okay, I'm all good to go on my side. Now hurry, listen carefully. Once we set off the boosters, we won't have much time until impact. So as soon as it's done, run straight into the escape pod, okay? Yeah, will you be coming to the escape pod too? I will meet up with you later. Just make sure you hurry up, okay? Alright, I'll leave the timing to you. Send me a cue when you're ready. And boost! Forecasting trajectory? We did it! We changed the trajectory! Now run, Haruhi! Get into the escape pod! Okay, now we get to go continue down the corridor. We can do the run thing too. If we really cared about running. And here's all the escape pods. Hardy, can you hear me? That's the escape pod right in front of you. Please get in there quick. Boarding hatch closed. Commencing ejection sequence. Come on, Aria, get in here quickly. Yeah, she's not coming. I'm sorry, Haruhi. I'm afraid I can't come. What do you mean you can't come? I'm sorry, but there's more to it than just diverting the trajectory. Someone has to stay in here and dismantle some of the proto parts afterwards. I'm the only one who can do that. And anyway, this was all my fault in the first place. I need to take responsibility for that. Yeah. Hurry, you go on and live. Live and end the planetary nightmare. Yeah, we're gonna do something about that. This is goodbye now. Thank you for everything. You're a wonderful person. Yeah, no one believes this. She's the character on the frickin' cover of the box. Ejecting escape pod. Thank you, Church. Do, do, do. Can you hear me? This is this response. It's the Anthus. Like, hey, can you hear me? Please respond. Basically. Please respond, escape pod. Do you hear me? Please respond. There we go. This is the escape pod. Aria, she's. That's Hari's voice. It's me, Dianthus. I don't know what exactly happened, but I understand you have escaped. I am coming to collect the pod. Yeah. Hopefully you're not hearing like my nasally stuff today as much. Like I'm hearing it, but it's all in my head anyways. Aria stayed behind to disintegrate the pod, did she? Is she planning to sacrifice herself? Yeah, I'm not gonna let that happen. I thought you would say as much. Hein, this is where you step in. Me? What is it? I'll do whatever I can to help. I will leave you in charge of steering for a while. You will be fine. All you have to do is direct the ship and the machine will do the rest. Alright, I'll give it a shot. Hurry, you're coming with me to the deck. And there's the Proto-Sea's light falling. She did it. The Proto-Sea's light is starting to break apart. Hein, get closer to the Proto-Sea's light and match its relative velocity. Now, Haruhi, fire the flare. Phew. This is what you wanted, isn't it, Aria? All of my actions led me to this point, and this is how it all ends. The rest is up to them. Huh? Is that a signal flare? As we go flying around. Little CG cutscene, not like the greatest high quality stuff, especially for this era. Where did that airship come from? It's our airship, Aria. Wait, is that Haruhi? There are fragments, more fragments than I anticipated. I don't know if my energy field will be able to withstand this. Weird. This is crazy. There's too much debris. Dianthus, this ship isn't holding up. Huh? What are you doing? The whole airship will explode if you don't get away now. The proto won't wait for you, no matter what you left in here. Don't tell me. It's me you're looking for. Unbelievable. How could someone be so selfless? The pod is reaching its limit too. I have no other choice but to go for it. And she's gonna go skydiving. Hurry! I'm gonna go be left behind. Over here! I don't know. I never watched the trailer. I found out about Harvestella through the Rune Factory subreddit, and then through the Nintendo Treehouse. I never saw anything like the trailers or anything like that. It felt like you just heard Aria's voice. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that they did that, but it would also kind of be like stupid of them to have a scene this late in the game. Not saying that other people don't do it, but you know. Hi, over there. Got it. Leave it to me. Hurry. Yeah, you're too young to die. Or you need to stay alive to fight with us. We'll go with that one. I've never met anyone quite like you. The Proto-Seaslight has landed. It appears to have caused only minimal damage to all areas. Well done, Harvey and Aria. You saved the planet. Hein, please withdraw from this airspace. All right. Chapter 9, What Falls from the Heavens. And now we finally get level 6 closeness with Aria. This is the one thing I really don't like about the Assault Savant class is it takes literally this long to be able to get it, you know, to its bond stone and all that. Aria's story has been opened. That basically means that you can now do her character quests. And break time conversations will happen from now on. Yeah, they got cut off after a while. There was a time we couldn't do them anymore. Whew, I think we may be out of danger for now. So, now what? With the subjugation of Geist's Paradise project complete, there is only one thing left for us to do. Deal with or purge Quietus from the planet. Could be fun. But how are we supposed to do that? You're right, we don't have any clues on how to go about it, do we? That's true. We followed Geist's rails to the outer reaches of the planet until now. Guess that means the rest is up to us. Although, I do wonder if we're really out of ideas. Yeah, we might have missed something. I'd say we have some time to think. Agreed. But I can see you are fatigued. Let us part ways for here for today. Yeah, I don't know if that was the scene from the trailer. Like I said, I haven't seen the trailer. Um, and there we are. First day of Wednesday. Oh yeah, the mail from the thing. New winter products. Kind of. The season of frost is upon us. How will you spend your winter? The harsh conditions of winter sadly make it impossible to grow many kinds of crops. This is a hard time for our business as well, as we deal with fewer seeds during this time. We are, however, stocked up on various items other than seeds, so we invite you to come and have a look from the general store owner. And everything else is character quests. So there we go. We have done everything for those 2 chapters, and now we're on the final chapter. And we're about done unlocking this class too. Yeah, we're gonna unlock this entire class. Boom. It's like as soon as you get it, you can be like, if you've been playing with the class, you can be like, just like that. Boom, you unlock it all. And so you just get this massive sudden boost in power to the class rather than the gradual. But it's worth it. It's a good class. Tetragraviton here is kind of similar to the samurai ability I was demonstrating earlier, where you suck everything in. It creates a black hole and then an explosion. And the Lunamancer has an ability like that too. So
You got a letter. Farm work is my #1 specialty.
So we got good stuff done. And we could stand to get some repair kits made. We can make 1. That's annoying. But hey, they apparently upped the drop rate of the screws, so, you know. There's that. Anyways. As for other fish, I don't know. Let's go. We'll go fish in Argen. Just for the heck of it.
Take it easy.
Just to finish out the day. Sleep in your bed after completing a day's activities. There's really nothing left to do. Just fish. Chill. There are some fish we do want to get from over here for some of the recipes, but, you know. Snow Hut Square is where you fish in this town. Slide. So are there any other games that you're looking forward to that are coming out soon? Like, you know, like we're getting the Tales of Symphonia remasters later coming out later this week. Uh, in a couple weeks we'll be getting Telia Ryza 3. We just got a couple days ago dropped the Metroid Prime remaster, so the physical of that's coming out in about a week or 2 as well. And so those are just some examples from mine. It's like, oh yeah, there's some good stuff coming out. I don't know how much you pay attention to what's coming out and so on. There's also another one called I don't think we have a date for it yet. It's called Katori Academy or something along those lines. It's kind of like Stardew Valley meets Harry Potter. Yeah, you're crafting life sim kind of thing, but it's, you know, you're at a wizarding witching kind of academy with like a cat familiar and all that stuff. You know, Harry Potter without all the baggage attached to J.K. Rowling's transphobia. and it's got a cute cartoon. It's got the cuter graphical cartooning style of like Stardew Valley as well, from the looks of it. Not the ultra realistic like Hogwarts Legacy trying to be realistic kind of thing. But like you'll have your gardens and all that. Fashion Dreamer. That is not one I've heard of. Let me take a look at that. Sweet fish. That looks like it's a very complex game to it. But I'm wondering what like the actual gameplay of that looks like. I'd have to take a look at this video of that when I'm not on stream. Because just what I'm looking at in the pictures here looks like very similar to some of those like, here you can design the outfit for this character, and then that's it. That's the entire game kind of thing. But some of what they're talking about says it might be more. Oh, I do that. Every time that thing pops up, I'm like, oh, hey, something's going on. Yes, Fashion Dreamer does look like it will be on the Switch. I'm looking at it on Nintendo.com right now, which is not admittedly demonstrating very much. See, all of these are cooking fish, so that's good. And we'll sleep. Yeah, they just mentioned it in the Nintendo Direct. We made 2,800 Gorilla. That's nice. Not enough to advance the farm again further. Epilogue of the story of your world. Hurry, are you awake? So what do you mean by will it be for consoles then? Um, like what were you asking about of will it be for consoles? Because every game that I listed is on. Well, oh, you mean Guitaria Academy? I don't know if Guitaria Academy is going to be on the Switch. Let me check. Or maybe it's Kitori Academy. Let me check it. Yeah, Kitori Academy. Switch. Uh, I've got it on Steam, but it looks like it might be on Switch eventually. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, yeah, Kitori Academy. Yeah, it's going to be on the Switch, PS5, Windows, Xbox Series X, and Series S. Yes. Here, I will link it in the. I got a page for it. Let me link it here in the chat for you. It's a cute little game. There you go. There's linked there for the thing for it. Cute little cartoony kind of style, farming, all that. Wizard apprentice, witch apprentice, whatever, your spirit companion. I'm looking forward to it. We don't have an exact date. We know it's supposed to be this year. Um, check my Steam to see if they have it on Steam with a more exact date. No idea yet. I don't think. Let's see. Let's just do find here. Tori Academy. Yeah, it just has a release date coming soon. It doesn't say the date, price, or anything like that. So no telling. Um, but it's supposed to come out this year, supposedly. Beyond that, I don't have an official like date or how much it's going to cost. But like if I'm looking at Steam and it says it's similar to both Stardew Valley and My Time at Portia for the games that I've played. Um, there's another one that's called, what is it, Space Chef? Yeah, Space Chef. It's coming out this year. I don't know. They don't say how much it's going to cost. I mean, it's an indie game, so it probably won't be like the full 60 that you find for AAAs. It'll probably be something in the 20 to 40 range. Beyond that, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Because they don't say what it's going to cost. Harvey, are you awake? Good morning. Morning. I just received a communique from Nivalis. We may be able to find a hint that will help us bring Quietus to an end. What did they find? Let us go and see for ourselves. I have yet to confirm it myself. Come to the Castle of Illusion once you are ready. No, it was a Kickstarter, so they're going to charge money for it. Obviously, it won't be free, but I don't expect it's going to be too expensive. There we go.
Is there any
Destroy skill stamina level down. Yeah, and we still need 9 more to get to the next tier to get the thing. So this is one of the things I was talking about. Like, you're gonna need to be at least. Yeah, it might be $30. It might be just under. It might be 29.99. It might be 39.99. But it doesn't look like it's gonna be that expensive. Um, we got our fish 100 times. Got the farm refurbished to level 4. Yeah, so we'll over the course of the season we'll be this taken care of. I don't know that we'll get these up enough to get the water fairy stone. But yeah, Katori Academy. That's a one I'm really looking forward to. Here we go. Good times.
begging to be harvested?
Charge. Bam.
Take this.
Charge and bam. Just gotta clear out all of the rocks.
Take this. Take this. Take this.
And I think that's the last of them.
This.
For this section, yep, perfect. Now I put it away. Yeah, I don't know how much it's going to be though, but I mean, if you look at other games kind of similar, like let me pull up stuff that's already out. Let's see. My time at Porsche is $29.99. My time at Sandrock is $24.99. Let's see, Graveyard Keeper is $19.99. I don't expect Katori Academy to be that much. Let's see. What's Alchemy Story? Is $19.99. This isn't a neat game. This isn't like, hey, this is being made by a huge company kind of thing. So it'll probably be in that cheap, like 20 to 30 range, maybe 40. But I don't expect it to be more than that. So it's absolutely going to be worth the cost that I imagine it's going to run for. Okay, this is as far as we got this. So 1, 2, 3. Going forward 1 and 2. And that's our water space for this one. There we go. But yeah, Katori Academy, it looks absolutely adorable. It looks, like I said, it's got all the beauty of what like the fun of the magical world, wizarding world of like Harry Potter, without all the drama and baggage tied up with J.K. Rowling's transphobia. Because like I love Harry Potter. Um, I got into it in high school back when they were still on, I think, book 3 or 4. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, we're doing stuff with the children at the library. Need help, and you gotta have read the Harry Potter books." And so I got into it and you know fell in love. It's a great series, but then J.K. Rowling pulled J.K. Rowling in the last couple of years. And, with the Hogwarts Legacy coming out, everyone's blowing up about all the, is she transphobic or not, etc. thing.
There's a
And,
letter here for you.
I'm not going to tell people off like, if friends in my life are going to not choose to play Hogwarts Legacy, I'm not going to like cut them out of my life for it. But at the same time, I'm not going to condone it either. You know, being trans woman myself, it's like there's a lot of baggage there that I wish I could divorce from it, but I can't. It's not like, H.P. Lovecraft and his overt racism where, he's not profiting from it anymore. So I absolutely understand the people who are like, no, we can't support this. There we go. And yes, we got these trees that grow. The promise fruit are ones that grow even. Every season they have harvestables. So, there we go. Okay. Oh, right. Fun fact. There's a thing here, the chest over this way. You can only get to it in winter when you have the ice floe here and you can walk across. And it's a sunstone, which is worth about 5,000 grilla. So let's go sell that. We'll make some money. What else can we process? One of those. There's that. And bam, bam, bam. Nothing for the dessert maker, and now we'll just take care of our animals, and we can kind of chill the rest of the day. I mean, we could finish out the rest of the chapter if we really wanted. Ooh, premium feather. That's where it's at. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but you'll get like eventually you can get up to 10 of these things, and they'll drop like a premium feather every day when you get their affection up to 10. And so there's, if they're worth 250 a piece and you're getting 8 to 10 a day, it ends up making you some money. While we're here, grab those. And there we go. We are really dang close to the end game now, I might add. Like, we are basically in the end game. We're on the final chapter. I think today we'll go check out the increased drop rates of the
I hope you bring back
the screws, the sturdy screws that they were talking about in the patch. Let's go check that out. I used to be able to get between 3 and 5 doing a full run of Panthalassa Junction. So that'll be a good way for us to go, okay, let's see how much it's improved. Square. But yeah, Katori Academy is on the list. There's another one called Space Chef that the art style looks very, very similar to, like, if you're familiar with like Rick and Morty. And it's kind of got that same kind of irreverent humor to it. But the whole idea is, you're not a farmer, you're a chef who's trying to restore the glory of your family restaurant, but you're traveling through space and finding recipes and ingredients and all that kind of stuff. So it's like Rick and Morty meets Cooking Mama meets uh, No Man's Sky, I guess, is kind of what it looks like. It's definitely looking like it's going to be an interesting, fun game. There's a lot of good games coming out this year that also kind of fit into the life sim RPG hybrid bundle. So it should be an interesting year for the channel as well. Maybe I'll play them a little bit and do like reviews on some of these, and then we'll still stick to like the main game for the channels, streams and stuff like that. Which I guess from what you're saying, you want it to be Portia. So we might do Portia next. Come on, you jerk. If I lived alone, it wouldn't be so bad having the door open, but we have a lot of people in property. It's my aunt, her partner, family friend who's kind of a roommate, and that's just in the main house. Plus, we've got the partner's son and his wife live on the property in like a little camper outside. So it's like we got a lot of people coming and going. So when I'm streaming, we really want to keep it trying to be as quiet as possible. Ooh, we're already started screws for the day, and we're not very far into this. That's not bad. That's a good sign for the increased drop rates. I hate that you can do that. You're aiming and shooting, but you kind of miss. Doot, doot, doot. And got some ginger and delicate cog. We do need more delicate cogs. We might have to eat that ginger. So I don't want to eat my good food for just stamina purposes. I don't think there's any up here if I remember right. Oh. Just two of these guys. And they don't drop anything edible. But yeah, so there's some good games coming out. I'm absolutely looking forward to. They got the bigger names, obviously. Rune Factory 3 Special, which is, like you were asking last week, why does Rune Factory 4 look like it was a 3DS title? Because it was. Rune Factory 3, the original, was actually on the original DS. So the special is going to be kind of a remaster of that, but it's still going to have a lot of the same look. But it's cool in that it's one that like you progress the story. You have a male character you have to play as it's at first, but then you find a wife and you get married and you grow old and your kid takes over, and so you in the second generation you're playing your kid. Um, there's a few games that do kind of stuff like similar to that, but not too many that do the generation thing. So that's going to be a fun one to have. We don't have a date officially for the West yet. They're just saying sometime in this year. It comes out in Japan next month. Oh, I don't have a party with me. I just realized that. I've been walking around this whole time with no party. Not that it matters, because, we're kicking butt anyways. This is a pretty beneath this dungeon. These guys are 39 and we're like, what, 57, 58, 65? Ooh, beats it. So many, too. Excellent all around. So are there any games that I don't know, that you want to avoid? Like I was talking earlier about the Hogwarts Legacy drama. It's like people are talking about Hogwarts Legacy, and it's just like, for me, it's like I just don't want to let the hype be over with and get on with it because the drama of should you play it? No, yes, no. You know, people arguing over whether or not it's acceptable to play or not, and blah blah blah. And it's just like, I'm looking forward to people that hype on that being gone. All right, another screw. We are at what, 4 so far? It's looking about on par with what a good day for me would have been before, but that's not necessarily that this is, this could be a bad day on it. And there's 5 screws. Nice. And we got a few more we can get to. Yeah, we might end up with 6 or 7 screws from this for the day. That is not a bad haul. Okay, maybe I do need to eat bunny buns. Yeah, there's 6 screws there. And 6 of the delicate cogs. So that's a good haul. That right there is 3 of the repair kits for us. We don't need that much money more from me on that, though, so. There's a few, but I think we've got most of the stuff taken care of. Ooh, another one. Yeah, they really did up it. That's nice. But that's also about the end of the options of what we can do out here. We're getting some. So it's about 2 higher than a good day with the old batch. So that's not bad. That is definitely the data up that the patch. I don't know what the livestock being weird thing was, if it's not the thing I was suspecting, but it is what it is. They made the livestock better, apparently. Took them 3 months to patch it, and it was a very small patch, so it's not like they're doing DLC or adding in lots of great stuff to it. I think they're pretty much done with the game, and the developer said he was up to the idea of a sequel if the fans were behind it. I don't know. I definitely don't think this game was worth the $60 price tag. It's not a bad game, but it should have been probably about 40 to 50 bucks. Or for the $60 price tag, it should have had better quality. So, you know, we'll see if there is a sequel. They definitely kind of left you'll see it once we beat the game that there's like a plot hook kind of thing of, you know, oh, we just found a new uh Eden shell thing on Lost Gaia. Let's go investigate it, and it kind of like makes it be like, oh, this is gonna be the post game dungeon. No, it's a plot hook for the next game if there is one. Um, which is disappointing. Like, if there's a sequel, great. That'll be interesting, but that it's not the post game dungeon because the game really needed a post game dungeon. Since you lose complete access to the final dungeon of the game once you've got the post game, so you like to beat the fears and stuff like that show up in that one. You kind of need to do it then and there, and or maybe if there is a way to get back in there, I haven't figured out how to do it. Maybe. Let me check that while we're fishing here. Come on, give me the freaking rare fish here. It looks like someone did ask it on our subreddit. Let me see. Oh, okay. You do have access to it, but it's through the left well and the paranoid. It's like you go in the well and there's like the two wells inside, and it's the one on your left. That's how we'll access the dungeon that we will have access to this chapter. Nothing but firefly squids. And these guys don't make much sell for much money. They're like 20 or 30 Grella each. Which again, you were talking earlier, like how do I make money in this game? And you really don't. It's a lot easier to make good money in the My Time games. Just do, always make sure you're doing a commission every day for those ones. Do your side quests, etc., etc. You'll be raking in the money. If you are going to sell stuff, make sure you're selling it on days like where the market value changes, because you'll have days that you want to buy and there's different days that you want to sell because the market price will change in the My Time games. I don't know if you noticed that when you were playing.
Race you to Sleepy Town.
Alright, sell the squids. Anything else? Go in here. You've gone quiet, Autumn. You still with me? You're usually asking a lot of questions. Leveled up. Sunstone, 5,000. Premium Feather, 250. Firefly Squid, we're let's see, 95 for the gold, and for the regulars, it's 525 for 7 would be, I don't know, something like 75 or something like that, 65. And checking these. We didn't have anything came up. Oh, a few here. Yes. Perfect. Those will go fast through the system. And there we go. Did we get oh yeah, we got some things we got here. Castle Lewis Times, forgot to check that. Castle Lewis News. New object lands in Northern Sea. A new object has landed in the Northern Sea. The area is dangerous, so please try and avoid it as much as possible. Castle Lewis Intelligence Division. Oh, you're reading fan fiction while we're playing here? Okay. Provisions from the mayor. How are you doing, Haruhi? It looks like you've carried out some remodeling works on your farm recently. I'm surprised to see you getting so stuck into farm life. I originally suggested it as a way to help you unwind. You've done an impressive job of tending to your farm while on your travels. I hope you'll enjoy and keep up the good work. I've sent a few more crop seeds with this letter. Yeah, he always does this. No, my cats do not wear anything. No collars, no nothing. Most people in the family in the household can't tell them apart. It's a running joke of, oh, all black cats look alike. Because, it's like, someone would be like, oh, it's Shadow. It's like, no, that's Bagheera.
There's a letter for you.
Or, we got one family member who also has a black dog and who's about the same size as my cats, and she'll just, yell at her, at her dog, but calling her my cats, thinking she's yelling at my cats. And there's that, there's that, there's that. And do those. Here, chicken. Feed. Chicken. Oh, the feather's out here today. It's a cotton feather. Not a great one, but it is what it is. You guys need to level up and give me your stuff. And okay, we're done with that. But yeah, my cats they're indoor only cats, so they don't really wear much of anything. They don't like wearing much of anything either. I tried to, once upon a time on like a harness to get them to like be able to walk on a leash, and
Work on the farm today?
they did not. They were not impressed with it. We'll just say that.
I hope you bring back souvenirs.
Oh wow, it's already 6:20. That's almost time for. Yeah, we'll just do advance the story a little bit here, but we won't do too much like the dungeon. So we'll do the dungeon next time. Maybe tomorrow even. Or not the cradle. Let's go land. Castle of Illusion. Yeah, we might do just do the final dungeon and stuff tomorrow. Or we might do character quests. We'll see what mood we're in. But we're definitely not going to progress too far in the anything today here. Do some story quest stuff, unlock the dungeon. And I think that'll call it the night for us. Oh, Haruhi, you're here. I think that's everyone then. Okay, so what's this clue to quietus you think you might have found? While we do not know if it will be useful, there may be information in Geist's chamber that we can use. Geist's chamber, you say? When you say Geist, do you mean the one who tried to destroy the world? That Geist? The one and the same. Why on earth would he, of all beings, have any clue about how to end quietus? He was the one who proposed the heaven shell, correct? Ah, no, I do not mean Geist's new persona. The Geist that you worked with? Correct. The former persona was uploaded to the Genesis core. His former persona? That makes sense. There must be something that version of Geist knows. He gave us the coordinates to Lost Gaia, after all. Originally, Geist was part of a cloud whose goal was to quell quietus. I was also a member. But one day, Geist disconnected from the collective and began concealing information. And you think there may be something we can use in the information he squirreled away? Then why didn't we start looking here from the beginning? If it were that easy, then we would have, obviously. But the room's sealed tight with a strict lock mechanism. We've never been able to open it. But this morning, some of the locks dropped off. Probably an effect of the proto-filing. Anyway, we should be able to open it now. So we can finally enter. Navalis, you have our thanks. Just doing what I should. Let's get in there and start looking around. And so in we go. So this is where Geist once called home. Welcome. What are you, an enemy? No, I harbor no malice nor any desire to harm you. I am a miniature support device created by Geist's former persona, Geist Mark II. Geist Mark II? Correct. However, I am merely a program made to ensure the work he left behind is accomplished. Think of me as a last will and testament. That's an interesting idea. So, what work did Geist leave behind exactly? Surely you know already the eradication of quietus. The locks on the door were programmed to open in the event that you reject the heaven shell. Ah, so that's why. Wait, can we slow down a second? You mean to say that the past Geist even knew about the heaven shell? That is correct. Geist predicted that the project would be carried out by his restored persona. The scientist girl there, Aria, her presence could have been the final piece needed. At any rate, you rejected the heaven shell, and have earned your right to enter this room. I see. So, Mark II, how much do you know about quietus? Getting a drink going here? Good question. Let us go over what we know. Quietus is a phenomenon that disperses Gaia dust into the atmosphere at the turning point of the seasons. The origin of the Gaia dust is, as you have already surmised, the Seaslight themselves. That's right. The Seaslight are clones of the Astrum cell found within the Red Queen. So it's natural to consider the Seaslight as the origin, much in the same way that the Red Queen was. And anything caught up by the Seaslight turned strange. Naturally, we Seth were able to accumulate the regular research into the Seaslight. I believe Dianthus will know a lot about that. Correct. However, none of our research was able to detect an anomaly. That's right. Even during quietus, the Seaslight were normal, at least via the system we had built. As a matter of fact, we have still not found a reason for their peculiar glow during quietus. Well, welcome back. Hopefully the rain doesn't kill your power and internet again. But didn't you make the Seaslight, as much as I hate to admit it? That is correct. There were originally devices for planting Astrum cell clones. But as we do not know everything about Astrum cells, facets of the Seaslight operation are still a mystery to us. Exactly. At any rate, not being able to find any anomaly is what brought the Seth's research into quietus to a halt. But not for Geist. What did you say? Wrong voice there. What follows is concealed information that even Dianthus does not know. Geist discovered a phenomenon where the Astrum cell would act as though naturalized when on Lost Gaia. Naturalized? Correct. To put it simply, it gradually displayed power to revert this planet, Gaia, into the lost Gaia it was before. The transformation was small at first. but substances from Lost Gaia began to appear on Re-Gaia. They accompanied any energization of the sea's light and seemed to have some correlation with quietus. Hold on a moment. So, like, with the Heaven's Egg? Not just the Heaven's Egg. Several other structures appeared. There's the philosophical flame and automata, too. That is correct. They too are part of this naturalization phenomenon. Geist called it the planetary nightmare. Planetary nightmare? And so, for the sake of the investigation, he decided to further energize the sea's light. Correct. But Geist did not know the Astrum Cell would cause substances from Lost Gaia to appear. The Astrum Cell implanted by the sea's light may be a clone, but it is not of Lost Gaia. They have no physical relationship. That is true. That is what brought Geist's investigation to a standstill. However, he was able to develop a hypothesis. What if the Astrum Cell was linked to a non-physical space? Something shared, akin to a planet's memory. A non-physical space, but that's... It was the only way to explain the phenomenon that was occurring. Let's call it planetary storage. There must be a place where the memories of the planet are kept. And the Astrum cells have a connection that passes through that non-physical space. Surely the cause of the quietus is hidden somewhere in there. If that were the case, then it would be impossible for the Seth to analyze, given their physical circuitry. Geist had to come to terms with that fact. And so he began to break down and commit violence, you mean? He began to obsess over human evolution, because he could feel his own artificial limitations. But if such truth flowed into the collective consciousness, it would pollute the logic centers of the Seth. And so he severed his link. Correct. He concealed his research reports until such a time that you would be able to reach them. The planet's memory center? Finding it all a bit hard to believe. I can't say for sure. What happens as a phenomenon can one day be made clear by humans. It's what I pride myself on as a scientist, but this time I'm not sure. What do you think? So is it like the planet's soul? That's such a Gaian interpretation, to see the planet as a life form. However, none of us were able to detect nor control the Proto's fall. Given we do not understand everything about the sea's light, how can we say anything is impossible? It is merely a hypothesis, after all. It does not need to be believed yet. But if you want to search the planet's memory center, then I can give you access to Geist's energization program. The program should stir a reaction from the sea's light, correct? We will need it if that is what it takes to operate the door to the planet's memory center. Then I will share the program with you, Dianthus. You've received Geist's program. Geist was unable to learn the secrets behind the quietus. There is no way to confirm that you will be able to either. Haruhi, in that final moment, the Geist you defeated wagered his entire being on the future you would choose. The chances of you refusing a logical end, the heaven shell, were predicted to be extremely low. That is why Geist wagered on that future. And you came here fighting against logic to do something extraordinary. But that logical irrationality is what makes humanity what it is. The unique ability to dream, to expand the realm of possibility, is the duty of an intelligent life form. So please retain your humanity until the very end. Do do do. This is the final wheel of Geist's former persona. It has opened a path for us. We're going to use that program, right? Geist left it for us. It feels like such a dangerous thing to use. Well, he was trying to shatter the planet. I don't think that should be a worry. The program he used for that was the apoptosis program. Although, it could still be risky. In what way? If we energize the Sea's light, then we might end up causing quietus early. Isn't that right, Dianthus? I would say so. While it was short, quietus did occur when Geist energized the Sea's light. Oh no. I see. We do not want to be too quick to rouse them then, do we? Isn't there anything we can do about it? Not unless there's some way we can stop the dispersal of Gaia dust. Couldn't the fairies make a barrier? No, there's no way we can ask them to create one large enough. They'd die from exhaustion. A barrier isn't a bad idea, though. We can use the Heaven Shell. I see what you're saying. Is there a portion of the Heaven Shell we could borrow? There must be. If we could temporarily cover the continent with a quietus barrier, then we could use that chance to... You know what? It's not impossible. An interesting idea. We should speak to Geist immediately. He must be at the unoccupied throne now. So now we get to run... Well, let's just go in here real quick to put it on the map. It's bugging me. Now we get to go run over this way, back to the teleporter, and go to the throne room. I told you we'd be back for it. A lot of these rooms, like that one that we were just in, you never go back to. But, you know, the throne room at least goes back more than once. Excuse me. I think after we get through the story bits of this, we'll call it a day. Because it's already, it's 6:40 my time. We've been going for over 3.5 hours. But we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll figure out what we're doing tomorrow. During tomorrow. Haruhi, how is your plan to end quietus going? We have an idea. You do you? That was faster than I expected. Which is why we are here, Geist. We want your help. So what do you need from me now? We want to use the quietus barrier system you were going to use for your Paradise project. What? And here I thought you had no interest in the Heaven Shell. Changed your minds, have you? This isn't about the Paradise project. What do you mean by that? You explained the situation to Geist. Ho ho, you want to use the quietus barrier so you can energize the Sea's lights. A very interesting proposal. I won't refuse to help you, although there is one problem. Don't tell me it'll wither away the area outside of the barrier? No, even for a short time, that shouldn't be an issue. The problem is energy. An entire continent is far larger than the heaven shell was intended to cover. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it will require an exterior energy source to work. An exterior energy source? Could we not use the residual energy from the proto? Ah, now there's an idea. The proto sea light might have enough reserve energy. You may be right. If you divert the residual energy from the fallen proto to the Castle of Illusion. Well, that's the ticket. Seems like we're already well on our way. If memory serves, the proto fell into the Northern Sea. We should rally the airship post-haste. So there we go. Now we leave the throne room. This is going to be a lot of scenes like this, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, before we finally get to the dungeon. So let's return home. Go outside. And
See you later.
see you later. And now we have this little section up here where we get the proto seas light fell. Is this the proto seas light? It's really something. I wonder if it still has power. Let us go and find out. While not perfect, it still seems to be operational. We should be able to send any residual energy to the Castle of Illusion. That's great. We should go and tell Geist right away. Literally, we just went up there, did that, and now we gotta go fly back and talk to Geist again. Land. Outside. Go to the throne. And back inside to talk to Geist. Hooray! It looks as though the energy from the proto has made it here without issue. Simulations show that we can create a large enough quietus barrier for a short period of time. Thank goodness. In which case, I will time the operation of the barrier for the precise moment you need it. When the time comes, you will have the full power of the Seth behind you. That works for me. Thank you for helping us, Geist. Gratitude is unnecessary. It was your parents who created the quietus barrier, remember? It is a human invention. It is yours to do with as you please. Nonetheless, thank you. You are baffling. But that is the human way. We have fought for the last 2,000 years for the sake of humanity. We are well aware of your incomprehensibility, which is why I do not mind this back and forth from time to time. not to mention the sense of nostalgia it gives me. Haruhi, now that you have rejected my project, you must follow the path you believe in. Show me what humans dream. Do what you must, and you will have our support to its fullest extent. For an artificial intelligence such as ours, which suppresses that of humanity, it is our raison d'etre. He certainly has a flair for the dramatic, doesn't he? Conditions are optimal. All that is left is to initiate the energization program. I have made it so that we can operate it from the airship. Let us meet on the bridge when you are ready. And now we get to go back outside for the airship. Gotta love all the back and forth with this chapter here. But we'll unlock a final dungeon here, so that'll be nice. Entrance. No, let's go to the entrance. And outside. And this. And the bridge. Sorry. I'm got some stuff in my throat. So now we get to come up here and talk to Dianthus. Or, there you are. Are you ready to energize the Seasonites? Yes, I am. Let's do it. Very well. Hein, connect me to the Castle of Illusion. Got it. Dianthus, Geist is telling us to prepare the quietest barrier. Make no mistake, the full power of the Seth are behind you. Just say the word. Understood. But before we begin, I would like to address the Castle of Illusion. Can you connect me? Sure. Calling all Seth of the Castle of Illusion. This is your comrade, Dianthus. I think after this scene I might have to stop it because my throat's starting to get bleh from stuff in it. First, I want to thank you for your assistance in this endeavor. We are about to resume the energization experiment Geist's former persona left behind. In hindsight, I see Geist was alone, pondering the future of this planet, and it plagued him. The resulting apoptosis he planned could have shaken the very meaning of our existence. In the light of humanity's history, he embraced a dream that was out of his reach, and it ruined him. Geist reflected on this, and marched forward with the next best thing, the Heaven Shell Project. Haruhi refused that proposal. We still do not know if that was the right decision. Logically, it is easy to think it was the wrong one. But to protect all of humanity, that is our dream. Make no mistake. This is an experiment to help realize the dream of every intelligent being living on this planet. I am counting on that dream. For the eradication of Quietus, for our 2,000-year-long vow to save humanity, and to reclaim that once shining star. Let it be etched into history that we are humanity's greatest neighbor, for a future where we can work together. Such a moving speech. Now I'm nervous. Airship has reached tactical altitude. Ready when you are. Got it. Geist, do you copy? We're beginning the experiment. Start the Quietus barrier. Understood. Do. Oh my. Quietus barrier is active. This should keep us safe from the Gaia dust. All that's left is to start the energization program. Hurry, awaiting your orders. Gonna do the Star Trek thing. Engage. Understood. Energization program engaged. No, my cats, well, I mean, they try sometimes, but no. They're usually pretty good about leaving my food alone. Unless it's something like, if I'm eating like like a tuna fish out of a packet thing, kind of thing. Then they're like, ooh, that's mine. Now, they're pretty well behaved most of the time. What is that? Where did that come from? The Lost Gaia Naturalization Phenomenon. Mark II called it the Planetary Nightmare. It looks like there's an opening in that pillar of light. What about the concentration of Gaia dust inside? The interior is safe to enter. Give the word and we will enter with the airship. Let's do it. My ears are popping. Need to be popped. And here we are, the final dungeon, the final proper dungeon. It's called the Stella Nursery. And it's got a mix of all kinds of like stuff from all over the game. It's trying to blend a little of this, a little of that. You've got like there's I think one section where you've got like the wind flying on the wind kind of thing from the Heaven's Egg, and there's another section where you got the things you jump up on from the Coral Shrine and so on. It's a blend of all of the major dungeons. So it's kind of a mishmash here. This is what's inside the Pillar of Light. Is this crystal a monolith? There's something mysterious about it. It's Lost Gaia technology, but there's no location like this in our database. I don't recognize it either. This is the Stella Nursery, where stars are born. Oh, it's you! Creepy girl. Where the hell were you hiding? Are you a friend of Haruhi's? Something like that. You said stars are born here? What did you mean? Was this facility used to clone the Seaslight's astrum cell? No, if it were, then we would recognize it. Oh, right. Hurry, I want you to know what happened here. And I want you to save her. Save who? Please proceed. The source of what you call quietus is up ahead as well. It is. The cause of quietus, Well, we can't just ignore that now, can we? All right. And with that, we are going to teleport home and call it a day. And we'll come back and resume tomorrow. But we've been going for about 4 hours, and my throat is kind of getting filling up with stuff. So I need to get some drinks, maybe some food, stop talking for a little while, clear it out. So I will catch you tomorrow. For those who are catching this not live, I'll catch you guys in the next episode, next stream. So, for now, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments your guys' answers. We've got Autumn's answers. She wants to see my time at Portia and my time at Sandrock. But do you prefer my time versus Rune Factory? what should we play next? And don't forget to follow me on Twitter and join the Discord so you can keep up to date on, if there's going to be changes to the schedule. And to answer your question, Autumn, my day has been pretty quiet. It's been a good, quiet day. But for now, I think we're going to call it an end to the stream. I'll catch you tomorrow, probably, Autumn. You're usually on Sundays. And for everyone else, I'll catch you next time. So we will stop right now. And again,